sole reason that, you know, ENCE. I'm just kidding. I've not even seen it. Yeah, we had scrims. Right, anyway, let's go. So unfortunately there is no clean feed, so you will have the voices of Milosh in the background, but I'm trying to turn them down so it's not going to be a big deal. And in fact, I'm going to trigger you all by leaving this here. Oh fuck, it disappears. Oh, I'm going to keep wiggling my mouse so it stays here.
So let's see how they reinforce this one.
Pop that over to the side.
Is going to be checking the long tunnel.
Right, so it's Bank. This is the second time we've seen Bank in Pro League, at least on the European scene. The only other team to pick this was PENTA. And guess what? PENTA picked it. So yeah, PENTA, they're running an interesting lineup here. It's very plant denial heavy. However, if they wanted to go one step further, they could potentially run a Pulse. But I believe KS on that Valkyrie is running the same idea. So the general idea is most teams, they'll push A, open up that wall next to Fabian, and they'll plant. Fabian's going to be shotgunning away this wall here. This is something we tried in Season 3, but it didn't really work out too well because NVK just peeked it and killed us all. So we never did it again. But it worked really well in scrims. But yeah, it looks like it's going to be a server hold and then a delay time server hold, then they push back and hold the bomb site with the smoke and with Echo. ENCE running a very stereotypical lineup. They're running no Thatcher, which may prove a little bit difficult, but they kind of looked at in the sense that the walls aren't going to be banditted, but they're going to need to breach, but they do realize immediately that someone's dicking around upstairs inside of Archives. Not Archives, beg pardon, inside of the kitchen and the open office. Second one there as well, I believe it's Goga and Valkyrie, which is Chaos. So they're going to have a bit of a crossfire going between all of the corridors here, and the hatches are open, so this might play against them as Kanto's being droned in by the Twitch drone. Obviously the Twitch drone is completely silent, so Kanto will have a lot of information. He sees Goga's shoulder, he's going to go for the pre-fire and gets him. So yeah, Goga really messed that one up. He had basically a pixel peek. Kanto realized the pixel peek and pre-fired the corner to make sure that when he peeked into the pre-fire, and almost like clockwork, he dies because of it. No drone push from Boonzy. Pengu playing down the stairs, assumably with the shotgun out. Like, I wouldn't want to play with any other weapon other than the shotgun here. Shoulder peeks as Panari pushes up. Doesn't realize that Panari is pushing up, only sees the Blackbeard, so he's going to get caught off guard with that. That's a really important pick, so that's essentially one of the roamers gone. This is the reason why those holes don't really work, is because you can just get shot out through them like that. It's really well done. And now it's just Bandit alone, he's going to get naded out. Okay, never mind. He just wanted to get the barbed wire. Got the barbed wire. Looks like they're going to try and rotate though, as they're sort of hovering around the hatches. They have no exothermic destruction here, so they're deciding to just push the main stairs here. I'm not quite sure this is the correct idea, as the walls are soft. The walls are all soft on the other side, so they could easily have pushed it, and now they're walking into a bit of a crossfire as Fabian's drone is to see everything that's going on here. Loki being Twitch droned in the back, but it doesn't matter. Eunice is going to be going to peek out at the same time. Fabian peeks out the other side, a bit of a crossfire. Kanto gets knocked down by the Twitch drone here and injured. No, I'm confused. Excuse me. Eunice jumped that, got Twitch droned as he was vaulting, saving Kanto's life. That was really fortunate, but it doesn't matter because they didn't really quite realize where Fabian was until it was too late. And then Fabian pre-fires the corner and gets the kill. So that was all reliant on Fabian getting the early information that they are pushing down the main stairs instead of pushing down into the server room. And that's going to be a big importance of them winning that round, as it allows the entire Penta team to rotate towards that one single choke point, that staircase. You could even probably rotate a player into the garage, but the door was barricaded. But that Twitch drone almost threw a wrench in the works, downing Eunice as he jumped across the window. No Jackal coming out from Penta, running a Monty instead. So the Monty kind of spells out that it might be a push through server room. It might be a quick push through server room from the front spawn down into the tunnel. Fabian, nice ping, 159. If they're not going to do that push, then they'll probably do a push down the stairs that Panari is going up here, the back stairs, the server stairs. We call them secret stairs, but I don't know, our call-outs aren't exactly relevant here. Get very confused if I was using team call-outs here. But yeah, it looks like a very, very stereotypical lineup here. I'm interested to see where this mirror window is going to be. Okay, so never mind. So he's going to put the mirror window there. I can't quite tell if it's crouched or head height. And the second mirror window is going to be facing into the garage. The second mirror window can be quite detrimental. It can work against you quite hard. If the hatch is opened above it and the window can be opened as well, then it's much easier to push the garage in that case. Makes it easier for a Habana to open up that wall. So it could work against them, but yeah, here we go. Chaos going to be doing a quick push through the dirt tunnel. Pulse is going to be playing there, so he's going to know this is coming immediately. And by the sound, he's going to know exactly who's coming, which is going to be a huge wrench in the plan here for Penta.
But Wilkie, who is a god pulse, by the way, can just stand back here in the server room and get as much info as possible.
Shetta going to be playing on the stairs. Chaos decided against going down. That's the correct move, as Eunice now is going to push into the stock trading room. Kanto's lurking solo, it looks like, so he's got to be real careful here. He might get caught out if he goes a little bit too quick. But Eunice is pushing without a drone, so this is going to be quite difficult for Eunice because Kanto's expecting people. Eunice is just clearing things. You never know. Like if he's not prepared for it, he can get caught off guard real quick. Wilkie's still going to be pulsing below, probably spotted out the players above. Potentially feeding information to Kanto. Remember that the cameras that are alive that don't show players show exactly where the players actually are. So if the camera inside of the main lobby, the big lobby, is still up, then it obviously means that there is no one pushing from that side. And now the window, the hatches are getting opened as Habana also pushes through the staff room at the exact same time. It's being all droned out as well. Kanto playing a little bit more passively on the stairs. It's going to allow him to rotate up a little bit sooner into this room than Penta might expect. But it looks like Panari's going to be holding him on the stairs here. No, Panari, beg pardon. Who's playing Sledge? Fabian's going to be holding him on the stairs here as Eunice is going to be circling around looking for Shatta. Eunice is actually going to go for the aggressive drop and going to die for it. That's really bad. That's really bad. Eunice going way too aggressive there. Gets himself caught off here as Kanto is now taking a very, very passive angle here, holding essentially a pixel peek as the rest of the team are going to be rotating to the server room as we discussed earlier. This is the prime attack for having a Monty in your lineup. Basically, Monty just sits in this doorway. Goga's going to thermite it open. I mean, KS could even just sit here and let Goga plant behind him, which might be even the more optimal play in that scenario because it didn't look like anyone was pressuring him. And remember, when these smoke grenades get thrown out, these smoke grenades are designed to land in that thermite hole. They're not designed to land beyond that in the doorway. So you might have, like, Penta may have gotten a really quick plant if they had gone for one right there. Bunzi is basically able to stay behind the mirror window, which acts as essentially a bulletproof shield, and also that the desk in front of him is also kind of bulletproof. It's bulletproof in some places, but not all. But I don't think Penta really have that on their minds right now, and Milky's ready for the Nitro. I think they want him to do a backwards plant, which might be the best thing, as Monty does have a little bit of explosive resistance. Wilkie going to go for this Nitro now. Doesn't spot the head out. Nitro's going to blow everyone up. That's a double kill, and that's a huge pick. It's 2 versus 4 with 6 seconds left. They got to go for an aggressive plant. Fabian has to get this plant. Pengu's going to get 1, but is it going to be enough as Wilkie pushes up? And well, Pengu actually gets him, but it doesn't matter because Kanto going to drop from behind, injure Fabian planting. Really good rotate there from Kanto. That's basically going to essentially secure the round for them. That was looking pretty shaky for ENCE. Pengu was getting the frags necessary to defend Fabian, putting it into a 2-on-2 from a 4v2. So that could have gone either way if Kanto didn't rotate to the hatch, but he did. Very fortunate. So there we go.
And they didn't expect it. Of course, they still had the C4 on their side.
Yeah, and I'm still wondering why you would not have the Monty in front. Like, yes, okay, I know you can put the shield on your back and it protects you from the bullets, but it doesn't really work out too well.
Alright, here we go. So Penta, they're running basically, if they're going to run the same strategy that they ran in the previous bank game, then it'll be quite interesting here to see what they do. It looks like they are going to run the previous bank strategy where they essentially turn B into a kill box. They need to be really careful with this strategy though because it has a very big counter. The big counter is that if you have any kind of smoke grenade or any kind of pressure, you can essentially just rush from that B door to be behind the B bomb and just plant immediately, and you can hold it from the skylight as it's fully reinforced off from the small admin office into archives. So if you can get behind that B bomb real quick and you can start the plant, you are essentially indestructible here. As yeah, this is the exact same strategy that Penta played previously in the season where they ran bank last time. This interesting essential top floor defense, kind of like a an extended defense. They need to defend essentially the stock trading room and the CEO office, and generally more or less the top floor. But this falls flat very quickly if you can do a 5-man push aggressively from CEO, from the windows and CEO and the skylight. So long as you've got a team of aggressive players behind it that are willing to actually make the pushes here.
Pull up there. Do they really want to go from like bottom and top, not going for the normal lower
What?
level?
I don't run across the room. I'm sat in a
Well,
chair.
they're gonna try and take control of the skylight here.
What's this? What's this picture?
This open area.
Oh, Eunice holding a pretty interesting angle here. He's going to be peeking to the skylight, see if he can catch someone off getting on the door.
Even below here. So Jonas can, like he is.
I have no idea what this Gyazo link is.
For the first frag here against Shatty, at least getting some damage
Well,
done.
sorry guys, 2 seconds.
But they're backing off immediately. Hibana down to around like 75.
Dude, this new Twitch app for the phone is terrible, by the way.
Tries to move in, tries to look, at least get a look.
But anyway, yeah, it's going to be slowed down to a little bit of a halt here. Never mind, Kanto going to pick off Gogo real quickly here at the start of the round. 1 minute off the clock and Gogo also dead. That's going to be the big pick, as that's Pengu's essential flank holder going to be taken down, and Pengu's going to drop the hatch immediately and get behind the desk. So the top floor defense has fallen flat very quickly. Like I said, if ENCE push top floor as 5, they'd get it easily, and that's exactly what they did. The weakness has been exposed, but it doesn't matter. Eunice is going to pick off Kanto, chilling around in the back of Spiral Stairs. It's kind of a difficult situation to be in that situation. Shate doesn't matter, going to pick up Pengu as well, so it's essentially a 2-for-1 trade. Kanto, quite important as the aggressive pusher for the team, but him dying isn't going to be the end of the world. But they need to be cautious of where Eunice is. They've lost complete track of where he is. He could be anywhere right now, but Eunice has decided to play it quite slow, going to chill inside of the archives room. As Shate is a little bit cautious of his potentially being pushed from the rear. Chaos looks like he's pushed around into the window corner. These mirror windows going to get open here and make it a little bit harder to defend the bomb site. But Neshan might actually work against them, as Chaos has actually relocated his way behind one of the mirror windows, as the rest of the ENCE lineup seems to be setting up around all these hatches. And Penta are just chilling very passively, like your Fabian inside of the elevator corridor, Chaos going to be chilling towards the window, and you have Eunice inside of archives as well. So they essentially have this collapse retake strategy going, as the entirety of ENCE seems to be just dropping into the admin office, and it looks like they might go for like a cheeky plant around this corner. It definitely could work if he can get the plant going, and here we go, he's going to go for the plant. I think a Nitro was just thrown, but that's going to whiff. Going to peek into the Blackbeard, and he's going to get taken down immediately. Chaos going to get taken down. The defuse gets stopped, but it doesn't matter. Oh, Shate almost, Shate just hip-fired it. What? It wouldn't be a Penta game without a team kill. Oof, that fucking hip-fire was nuts. That was a bit of a chaotic round.
Mirror walls were already open, so well, even if you peek through there, they're already watching it, and you're gonna get insta headshots. So what do? You're gonna have to run through the one place unless you run up to the top stairs and try to drop from.
Right. Anyway, so next round. So Taylor's office archives. So essentially, there's like Bank is a weird map. All 4 bomb sites in Bank are kind of defendable. Top floor being the least defendable, and basement being the best to defend. The easiest to defend, I suppose you could word it like that. Teller's office and archive is typically chosen as the second best bomb site. Some teams do prefer the open office and the staff area. Both have their upsides and downsides, but it looks like ENCE prefer the Tellers and archives, so it'd be interesting to see what kind of strategy they're going to run with this one, because it can be quite difficult to defend this bomb site once they gain control of upstairs, opening the floor. Fabian also chooses that fuse, which immediately details that, yeah, we're going to go for this top floor take. Mirror window on the right side of the reinforcements here, just in the front facing the main lobby. This is going to be quite interesting. It's going to be a little bit difficult to play on that mirror window, especially if you get someone into the close left corner at the top up there. If they manage to sneak someone up there, you can't really play behind that mirror window because someone can get an angle on it from where Fabian's drone looks to be. Rotate hall going into the admin office, and the hatch is being opened up above, and Kanto also reinforcing the hatch into the staff room and open office. So that means they're probably going to play a couple players towards that area, give them a little bit of a wider spread. One of the downsides of Tellers and Archives is it is quite a claustrophobic bomb site, so giving yourself more room to play is a lot better for these fast-moving players. Penga going to be throwing his Twitch join in, a bit risky to do that. He's going to spot someone out, going to go for the pre-fire, and Kanto says no. So Penga going to go down first. That's a Twitch join off the clock, and that means that these mirror windows are going to be up for a little bit longer than before. And Kanto's immediately going to relocate, knowing that his position's been blown, and Eunice is slowly climbing up the spiral stairs here. Probably been called out as the camera's going to be dead, and the mirror window probably spotting him out here as well. From the camera angle, we can't really tell too much what's going on, but it looks like there's a lot of droning going on as Chaos has probably made his way inside of the skylight or into the CEO office, and Goga's drone going to spot out Eunice. Eunice is actually going to go for the sprint. Somehow, Kanto messes that one up. Doesn't quite manage to catch Eunice as he quickly crosses across the corridor. Going to get picked off. That's a big pick for PENTA, as they've taken essentially the solo roamer off the board, as now PENTA have complete top floor control. And PENTA just need to realize that they have top floor control, and they can probably work from here, as Eunice is going to be really low, going to opt to open up the stairwell wall instead of the lobby wall. This is going to give them essentially a line of sight that's going to cut off the entire A-bomb site for the people playing, and as penarii has already realized that he needs to make an aggressive move into the teller's desk. Fabian up here only used one cluster charge and placed a couple of his reaching charges. penarii still chilling in this corner, not going to be droned out. If Goga doesn't realize this, he's going to get taken down real quickly. Fabian going to kill Boonsy with a fuse. That's a little bit silly, as Chaos is going to pick up Chate as well. So it looks like ENCE, everything's going a little bit poorly for them this round, as EMP is going to go over and Goga's going to drone this out as well. Goga not going to spot penarii's drone, but not penarii, but doesn't matter. Eunice is going to pick him up for the side holes anyway. So that was a pretty standard execute for taking this bomb site. This is the only technically unusual thing about it, is the fact that they opened up the lobby stairs, the main stairs wall. But it doesn't matter. Everything went according to Penta's plan there. They've got a quick pick on Kanto. It didn't matter that Pengu died early. Pengu wasn't exactly necessary for this bomb site. He was essentially just an aggressive fragger, just a man and a gun. Maybe got a little bit aggressive, a little bit too big for his boots, trying to kill Kanto there. Kanto going to pick him off real quick, but then gets traded back pretty much immediately, so yeah, it kind of went 1-for-1 all the way until they got the top floor control. It's really hard to defend Taylor's Archives, especially once the top floor control has been given away, and Fabian playing Fuse there made it pretty much a done deal. 2-2, really close game, and we're going to go back down into the basement. The question is PENTA going to do this weird strategy again where they start shotgunning away from these walls in A to the server room? It didn't work for them last time, as ENCE just used the holes against them. But the question is, are they going to do it next time? They are running the exact same operator lineup, and absolutely nothing's changed in the way that they're setting up. So I'm going to assume that they're going to do it. Yep, here we go, Fabian making these holes now as well. It worked really well on delaying time. It almost cost them their lives, because ENCE rotated down the main stairs at a last-ditch effort and got down into a 1-versus-1 with Fabian versus, I don't remember exactly who, I'm going to say penarii. I think that rings a bell. As meanwhile, as we see, ENCE has been replaced by Infamy, the North American team. So congratulations, Chate Infamy, on your brand new sponsorship, as PENTA Sports meanwhile going to be moving the roamers around the map a little bit dynamically, as it looks like ENCE is going to be rotating to take top floor control first. Goga on the Jaeger, and we also have Chaos stood next to him on the drones. That's going to be giving him some constant information, as ENCE has decided not to push top floor, but instead take open office. Checking for Valkyrie cameras. penarii is going to push across his boons. He's also pushing two droneless, but I'm presume this has all been freshly droned. They're just trying to make sure that everything is squeaky clean and clear. Chate going to make a quick advancement to open up the hatch. The sooner you get the hatch open, the better it is for your team. It makes it a lot harder to play inside of the bomb site when the hatch is open. It's always that lingering threat of potentially someone looking down the hatch. We saw that Valkyrie camera really good, but meanwhile penarii going to pick off Eunice. Eunice, beg pardon, yes. Bandit trying to make his way into the open office from the kitchen. Going to get picked off there. That's going to be a big frag, as Eunice is one of the 3 roamers that we've got going right now, so they are essentially going to be down one, but doesn't matter. Goga's going to retrade onto Kanto, pushing up the same stairs that he got killed from Eunice last round. So now it's a 1-for-1 tit-for-tat trade, as essentially the equals are traded away, as penarii is also going to be sniffing his way around the skylight here, trying to look for any clues. It looks like it's all come for a little bit of a standstill for ENCE, as they realize that this roamer presence upstairs is a little bit of a problem. They're actually going to need to start trying to rotate people in here, as penarii is pushing it droneless. So this is really dangerous. Like, around any of these corners could be Goga or Chaos, and they have a Valkyrie camera at the top of this wall that's going to spot him out right now, and Goga's going to pick up Boonsy as well, off in the middle of Archives. And it doesn't matter, because this PENTA roaming squad, as they've moved downstairs, they're getting droned out real heavily, but penarii is still upstairs, with the rest of the squad also chilling around there too. And this has just gotten a lot more difficult for ENCE, as these roamers are going wild right now. There's absolutely no net casted, there's no control going over them, and this is going to be really difficult.
See him from there. Now opening up another door. If there is no door for you, just do on yourself.
Sledge makes one.
Yeah, this is going to be real difficult for ENCE as they're doing this. They're doing it live. There's no drone play essentially. They've only got wiLKY's drone left alive. As Goga meanwhile going to pick off another play. That's his third frag for the round. peneY gone in the small office. And now it's just down to wiLKY and Shatter in a 4 versus 2 as the Roam squad still an actual presence. And it looks like wiLKY's twisted his ankle, is going to be slowly pushing down this this tunnel, and one's going to be pincering from Garage, Shatter and Garage. They're going to be pushing this one by one, and this is going to be quite difficult. wiLKY, a little bit fortunate that there's no one going to be in the server room this late in the round, but then again, why would there? Shatter going to kill someone off whilst he's been drugged, but it doesn't matter. Pengu's going to refrag it, and wiLKY's going to push slowly through the smoke, and he's going to get shot from the side. Goga with his 4K that round.
I believe it is a 4K.
Really well done for the Penta lineup there. The roaming squad really doing work. ENCE not actually able to get a real grip on the roaming squad. They weren't able to cast a wide enough net, a thick enough net, to stop this roam squad from picking off too many people. Goga essentially playing a real strong round.
And then you jump back down once you've gotten the third kill, and all that's left is that Hibana, and poor Hibana gets dropped by Goga.
Goga with the in-your-face gameplay against ENCE.
Alright, moving on. We are 2-3, and ENCE now moving back into the basement. Not seeing anything spectacularly different with the lineups. Penta running the exact same lineup that they did previously. Probably looking to do the exact same plant as before. ENCE immediately looking like they are doing the setup the exact same way they did before. No one's exactly doing anything unique or special. peneY messing up a camera, doesn't matter, there you go, that's the correct placement for his camera. That's going to be able to see the plant spot as well. That's the only thing it needs to see, is the plant spot. But they are running a pulse as well on wiLKY. This means that if they decide to turtle up in the basement instead of roaming, that they're going to have a lot of pre-plant denial. They could potentially maybe switch the peneY out for something different, something like an Echo, maybe put the Echo drone inside of the A-bomb site as well, something similar to what fabian was doing in the previous rounds, because you don't necessarily need peneY's Valkyrie cameras if you've got a pulse inside of the gold vault, pulsing his way into the default plant site. But it doesn't matter, either way, it doesn't matter. Penta are going to be rushing from the back alley spawn as they did previous rounds, except this time Chaos is spawning here as well instead of pushing that that sewer tunnel. Going to be making his way into the skylight as well at the same time that Eunice is going to be making his way inside of the stock trading, as Kanto's going to be running for his life a little bit as he's being droned out by 2 or 3 different drones, and he's got Chaos pushing him as well. Going to hunker down into the elevators as it looks like fabian's potentially looking for a rotational pick from Kanto. Not going to find it as Kanto's sort of hunkered down, and wiLKY's going to be pulsing all around him from underneath, giving him constant feeds of information. And here comes the deadly silent Twitch drone, going to shock him a couple of times potentially. And yeah, basically now Penta slows the round down to a halt, droning. We got to find Kanto, boys. If we don't find Kanto, he's going to come back and bite us in our ass. fabian now rotating, killing cameras, making sure everything is done, checking off the checklists of, is this hatch open? Yes. Is this camera dead? Yes. Is Kanto dead? No. So that's the next step on the Penta lineup, is they need to find where Kanto is, or they need to set up a effective blockade, essentially trapping him into pushing the bomb site, as Chaos has actually made his way down the back stairs real quickly as peneY is tucked into dark spot. peneY going to peek wide, kill the drone, and just get back onto bomb site nice and cleanly, beg pardon, is Eunice. There we go. First pick of the round on Shatte. Shatte actually going to be a late... No, beg pardon, no. Shatte was picked up from the hatch where Eunice is right now, and we're actually looking at Kanto there. Eunice, a bit of a spider sense tingling with Kanto, actually making his way this time to Tellus to Archives, as the drones look like they've just finished droning here, so Kanto's timed this perfectly, and he might actually catch fabian off here if he's aggressive enough. Sees the sledge hole, so he knows there's a sledge nearby. Actually going to be playing it a little bit cooler, playing a little bit passively, making sure to look at the sledge hole. Actually going to push inside. fabian on the left side of the room. Going to hear his footsteps. Kanto going to slot peeking through. Eunice inside the small room. He's got a little bit of choice. Left or right? Who's he going to go for? Eunice. That's who he's going to go for. Actually going to go for the immediate kill. Doesn't see Pengu there immediately, but now has control of the hatch, and this is really important. Penta need to rotate around and actually get Kanto off of this hatch, because if Kanto has control of this hatch, it means he's essentially got control of the entire bomb site, completely negating their ability to plant. Even behind this Monty, Kanto can drop down at a drop of a hat and kill people. wiLKY going to spot it out, going to get baited from the nitro, not going to actually find anything with that nitro. Scared of the corridor hatch, but they shouldn't need to be scared of the corridor hatch because Kanto is here. So Kanto's going to spot people out. Pengu actually still playing at the top of the back stairs. Kanto can start tapping feet. There it is. There he goes down. That's the Monty off the clock, and now Fabian left. Fabian and Pengu. Beg pardon. Pengu just left in a 1 versus 3. 7 seconds left. Going to drop down. Going to get the first frag. Boonzi on the left corner and Kanto above him. He's going to have to go for one. Doesn't decide which one in time, and he's going to get picked off by Boonzi's shotgun from the side.
Straight with a shotty and takes down Pengu.
He stopped Pengu there on the run. There was no other chance for Pengu. Then move in. No time for the diffuser. No time to just do this.
Just going to double check something.
And this is why.
Don't re on me.
Why do you not have the Monty just up front?
Just checking that no one's screaming at me in Discord.
This is so far so good.
Same mistake done as the previous round.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you didn't die to the score, but
no one's angry that I'm doing this. Good shit. Alright, sorry.
In front, it could have protected
Which they did great in the early time of that round.
Who's the ENCE IGL? It is Wilkie, I believe.
Walk around, get into and maybe even disturbing the defensive with his movement around the objective. But when they could use him to protect the diffuser.
Right, anyway, so Penta once again defaulting to this second bomb site as their secondary choice. Open area in the staff room, going to be reinforcing the exact same things as last time, and ENCE probably looking to attack it the exact same way as last time, because as we discussed, if ENCE gain control of the top floor, then this entire strategy kind of falls off of its because they are essentially giving up control of these two mirror windows that KS is about to place on these reinforced walls here, and it basically makes the whole strategy completely null and void. Obviously no reinforcements going into the B bomb site as they want it to be a kill box. But like I said earlier, you know, you could probably just run some smokes, rush into B with behind smokes and plant behind that bomb site and nothing can stop you. The only thing that could reach that far was smoke grenades, but Pengu's upstairs smoking, so nothing much is going to actually be able to stop you if you go for a real quick push, but it doesn't matter either way. Going to run in the exact same setup as last time. Gogo was the first to die last round by Kanto, quickly pushing up the spiral stairs, and let's see if that happens again. Going to tap these windows once or twice, going to make sure people know that there's people up there, put a little bit more pressure on the others outside as they are they might be a little bit scared. Kanto going to be pushing in from the library side. Going to go through the double windows here. Kanto, typically known for his aggressive plays, going to draw in it and must make sure there's no one going to be immediately under the windows, and that's going to be important for Kanto because once Kanto gets deep in, he can essentially go completely undercover and hunt down these lurkers. As like we see before, ENCE completely enveloping this top four defense as there's only a couple of Penta members up here. Versus 5, so this is essentially a 2 versus 5 if ENCE can get good control of the top floor real quickly. And now it all comes down to a little bit of a slow standstill as the drones go in, as people start slowly peeking their way around corners. And it looks like Penta have already abandoned upstairs. No, beg pardon, they haven't. They've still got 1 or 2 upstairs, so that's going to be quite important. Boonzi ducking down, going to be trying to defend him away from the spam. Poorly placed barbed wire. Pinar is actually going to be able to walk past this if he wants to. Eunice lost almost all of his HP, and Fabian going to get traded out as well. Eunice almost still going to walk into this line of sight as well. Shate finishes off Fabian. That's going to be really important, as Shate is now going to rotate to the other window. Pengu seems to think that there was some kind of flashbang. Seeing things in his mind. Oh, Shate or Eunice almost going to be there as well. Pengu going to go for the aggressive peek. Doesn't matter. Pinar ready for it. Trades a little shots here and there, nothing actually going to be going down. The first minute is off the clock as Eunice is going to get picked off from behind by Boonzi. And now it's Pengu alone in a 1v5. Going to go and try and pick off Pinar. He's going to peek outside, doesn't quite get the kill. And now he's going to get pushed by an entire armada of ENCE. Second smoke grenade gone. Last smoke grenade gone. Going to doubling up on the smoke grenades. 1 minute left on the clock. And Panari going to be bouncing some nades off of the room. Panari throws a nade and only going to drag him down a little bit as KS picks off Wilkie. But Boonzi's going to pick off Gogo at the same time. And it's a 2 versus 3. KS in the middle of the room downstairs, but it doesn't matter. Shate and Panari both still up here. Boonzi too somewhere. Yeah, Boonzi up here as well. Oh, Panari doesn't check his right, going to get picked up by Pengu, and now Shate and Boonzi actually need to pick off Pengu, or else he's going to be a bit of a thorn in the side. KS has actually given up the A-bomb site entirely. Shate going to get picked down as well, peeking widely into it, and now it's last on Boonzi, going to be pinged out by the camera. And now it's up to Pengu in a 1 versus 1 against Boonzi before anything goes on. Boonzi actually going to run across the door and re-peek it again wide. Going to spot through the wall, not going to find him. 22 seconds left on the clock. The only choice he has is to go B, but KS is already in B. So he's going to be facing a real difficult decision here as he goes into this room. No shields left on his gun. 2 flash grenades in his hand. He's going to run right into the line of KS, and there we go. Yeah, ENCE kind of messing that one up on Pengu. Threw the round away from Pengu there. If Shate had flashbangs, or anyone had flashbangs, they could just toss the room full of flashbangs and essentially clear it little bit by little bit, corner by corner. Take the time, do it meticulously.
also have to
But
think about
unfortunately,
some of
kind of
this
threw that way
is
around away.
that
Pengu essentially just
you
had to
have
stand
some
still and do
smoke
very
that
little as
is not enough
ENCE,
to
no
really
drones, no utility, just straight up trying to peek
No, not the
into
roaming one in
yeah,
that
the
way.
but he's
SMG-11.
an HVT. He's a high value target. You want to keep him alive for as long as possible for defense, where usually you'd use your roamer to run down the clock and then use the smoke out of that to actually defend. But
Oh,
ENCE were
the
setting up right on
mispronunciation
the
of
top
names
floor
was, I
with
found that hilarious. So we
Pate
had
or
Bouncy,
the rooftop,
we had Pangu,
and all three players coming through there.
who else did we
Good
have? We
spotting
had
over
Shatty,
there because you have the smoke,
there was another one.
canisters that are
It was
already going to be used to
Pannery,
delay the round of
Pannery,
first time
like
remaining
a pan.
anyways, and then you have your
It's
SMG-11
fine. It's his first time
focusing
casting
on the headshot.
these players, so
This is textbook
no,
roaming
there is no
skill
clean
and
feed for me to turn off
audience say from Pengu.
the caster
Round
voices,
8
unfortunately.
starting here on map number 1 of the matchup between ENCE and PENTA, which could be
But yeah,
potentially
looks like
the
ENCE this
last
time
round
opting
of
to
the tournament.
defend top floor with reinforcements. Penta running the exact same lineup they did
Yeah, very much.
previously
They
with
are
this
on
fuse,
board
looking to
early
maybe
on
get
with
some
the
fuse cluster charges
SMG,
going down.
and
Tried to placing this
this
mirror window
seems
here
like
that
a
faces
possible
into the
result
archives room.
from
I'm not actually a
ENCE.
fan of this one because if you do a lobby take, you'll be able to open that window pretty easily.
And wilkey is going to
I'm sure
find
ENCE are aware of that and
Black
probably
Eye to be steady.
intend that to happen if they do a
He
lobby
wants to
take, but we'll
be
have to see as the
right up
vast
front and
majority of
silent,
Pentasport spawning towards the northeast, which indicates that they're probably going to be pushing towards that CO office, gain control of the top floor, and fuse through the
Certainly feel
floor.
like he had
Exactly what they did in the
good
previous rounds. Pengu this time
first
going to be
round
droning a
of
little bit more
combat.
thoroughly and not going for an
Played
aggressive
pretty
peak,
well with his
but it doesn't
positioning
matter because
there and
Kanto's not
making sure
actually
he
there
had
this
the
time.
Maybe we can look to
And yeah, it
find
looks
out
like it's going to be a little bit of a pincer as Eunice not necessarily needed for this bomb site as they are running a thermite as well. So Eunice can probably have a little bit of
reach the top
a
floor,
looser
watch
leash
for that
essentially is
cluster
not going to be
charge,
as
and
important to
actually
this round's
get
success as
those
Fabian also
or
spawning his way
zone out the
off to the
players that are
northwest
above.
instead of away from the
So
rest of his team.
this is where
Being
they
a one
usually
speed means
get
it's actually going to take
good
him quite a
spots.
while to rotate to these
Getting
windows that he's
kills,
heading towards.
not
Probably a bit of a
forcing the
misplay on
players
Penta's
into a
part
spot
spawning
they don't
Fabian
need
away. It's going to
necessarily,
waste maybe 20-30
and
seconds of time
there
that it takes him
isn't
to
really
rotate
some
there. And Eunice
intuitive
already made his way
accuracy
quite aggressively into the
on
stairs. A little bit
what
scared there's going to be
those
someone down below.
cluster
Misses the
charges will
flashbang,
be.
almost flashes himself. Going to be giving Kanto a little bit of
Well, that
a
forcing
warning bell.
position
Careful,
needs
bud.
to make
Trying to
the
flash
effort
you,
to make
but
it
Eunice, if he got
looking
that
for
flash
the
done
win.
properly, Kanto within 3
There
meters
with
of that
the top
flashbang
of the
would have been
funnel
flashed
above
regardless if he looked away or
and
not
that's
in time.
confident. He made sure that they know
Eunice
where he
essentially
needs
throwing
to
away
take
what could have
care of.
potentially been a free kill on Kanto, but it doesn't matter as Pavian's going to open up the floor
Back
here
then,
with his
Fabian
first
opening up
breach charge. I don't think
the
he's
top
actually
floor
used any of his cluster
defensively
charges
first.
here. Going
It's
to
gonna
place
be
the cluster
trying
charge
to
here.
put his cluster charge
Oh, he has
in
used
the
a
area
cluster charge,
where
beg pardon,
you would
one.
usually be expecting someone.
Not popped
Oh
it.
my god, if he actually pops this below.
Going to open the floor here as
Oh, that
Boonsy
was
looking to
well, there's
peek
the
it as well with
Bouncy.
a
Look at
shotgun. Fabian and
Fabian.
Boonsy going to have a bit of a
Oh, there
1v1 there.
is
Boonsy gets
Bouncy.
Fabian with a headshot. That's the cluster charges off the
Fabian
table. Only a
getting rid
couple of
of
holes in
the
the floor as well as
defensive
Chaos going to
wall.
thermite Thatcher his way over here, and we're going to have the
I
exact
don't
same
quite know.
holes
Okay, it's
opened
coming
up in the
down.
previous rounds.
He's
Penari actually going to
pretty
bandit
much
trick this left wall, but he's not going to do it in time as these bolts. Oh yes, beg pardon, he does do it in
cluster
time.
charge
Only
chance.
one cluster charge, sorry, only
Penari
one
hiding behind the
Hibana
wall.
charge going to
The roaming side
get this
trying
hole
to
made as Penari is forced
score in
into
a
the corner
hurry.
now, and Chaos as well is going to be a little bit sandwiched
But
and a little bit
Penta doing this
claustrophobic in this
well.
bomb site. So I was
That's
talking about
map number
before,
1
there's not very much room
in
to actually
there.
play in this bomb
This
site.
is
Pengu's
possibly
going to try and
something
look
he
for a
can do
pick on
in
Chatter.
depth
Not going to find it
in round
quite yet.
4. No
Chatty,
counter-pick
beg
can
pardon,
be
as
built.
the casters say.
Carrying his opponent
Wilkie be
away
chilling off towards
again.
the back, but it doesn't
Here
matter.
is
Goga going to
Goga.
pick off Penari as well.
One kill against Panari.
Not really too much room to play.
One
Chaos going to
kill.
go for the
Goes for
wallbang
the
tag,
frag.
one
No.
bullet in
Oh,
now, and now
Chaos
cool.
knew
Now it
that
becomes
was
a little bit of
great.
a shooting gallery for Penta as the rest of the players of ENCE don't really have anywhere to play. There's no real positions that they can play as. Boonsy's going to trade with Eunice. Pengu's going to walk inside and kill Shate, and now it's all on Wilkie and Kanto.
Whatever was left of his HP now gone.
Yeah,
Everything
Wilkie
slows
not
down to
getting
a
the drop.
standstill as Chaos is going to go for the plant. Wilkie not going to wallbang high enough, going to trade some shots towards Pengu, hit him once or twice. Kanto doesn't check to his left. Pengu's going to take him down as well. Pengu's going to spot him, go for the drop shot, and he gets the kill.
God, Pengu, are you kidding me? Jumps in, drop shots, counter Raketti, and that'll be
So yeah, Kanto walks into the pre-fire of Pengu's drop shot, spots him here, pre-fires, and Kanto and Wilkie just essentially walk into it.
I talked too much about Goga
Rip.
and Pengu was like
5-3 Penta, picking up the round.
hope my BI got
Didn't
the
necessarily,
ball.
ENCE didn't necessarily do too hot that round. They essentially all got, whether there was a call for everyone to get back onto the bomb site, it didn't necessarily work as everyone was a little bit claustrophobic there. They definitely probably should have sent someone back up the skylight, maybe taking control of top floor, if you have control of top floor, because they essentially did just give it away for free when they rotated down to the lobby. You could have maybe done depth from above strategies, dropping down into the lobby. It's much better than having 3 or 4 people on that bomb site where it's so claustrophobic. No one's got room to play anywhere. Everyone stood still. There's no rotation spots that you can play in. Penta essentially getting very fortunate there with the calls that ENCE made.
and
Really,
you know,
really,
relied a lot on their pulse.
that's an interesting
So
game. You don't get to see, we don't get to see too much of Bank, so it's always interesting
you can see a few of
to get
those
to
attacking
analyze it and
Yeah,
cast
there
it a
might
little
be
bit.
some more options for map number 2.
And here
Of
come
course,
the
when you think
frags of
of
the round. I'm going to
PENTA,
take this time
some
to
of the highlights
take a
of
swig of
the
water.
first map here. Of course,
And
you
once
mentioned
again,
about
another
Panda
fail in the highlights. I wish they
and
stopped doing
falling
this shit.
right after Paneri with that grenade that just hit the door. At least it didn't hit him. Yesterday we saw his C4 being thrown right at the same door.
Yeah,
And right in front, not that
almost
door of
killing
course, was
himself.
not Bank, but right in front of whoever thrown it. Kanta running around, getting the back of Eunice. That was an
This was
important kill.
fantastic. I really didn't want to understand
Excuse
why
me. Right.
the Monty was being used in that way when attacking the
Okay,
basement.
so the next
Hoping
match
to
is, next
Wasn't
map, beg
too
pardon,
much.
is,
Yeah, so I think that was
I don't
one of
remember.
the,
really
one of the
fantastic
strongest
defense.
plays we saw. He was sitting in that room for so long and turning this into 2 kills.
Like I said, guys, I actually haven't seen these matches. I really wish
So
they'd stop
flash
showing fails in these highlight reels.
around. That was fantastic there to save it. And there the clutch from Pengu getting the 1 kill inside of the
Analyze the
smoke.
casters.
Going to
Well, Milosh here looking very stunning with his striped down shirt. Meanwhile, the unknown caster I have absolutely no idea who is,
He wasn't on the black
looking
screen,
with a
he
very
usually be.
recently unboxed
We're in
shirt,
close
as
range
it looks
now
like it's
with
just been
Pengu
unfolded and the
having
cardboard
the high
removed
risk
from the
fighter.
shirt pack.
Like you see
Both
others like
sporting stylish hairstyles. Milosh obviously being Lebanese, and
Yeah,
this
Bank is
bloke here
the
having
first
a
one
accent
just
which I can't
released.
quite even pin just yet. An
And the
interesting
only
desk
thing is,
setup, both
if
sitting on
they miss
Maxinomic
their
chairs,
target,
both the
you can sneak
stylish
down there,
ESL
you can find them,
blue,
you know,
black, and
from out of
white.
the window, get a quick kill,
Yeah.
get back into the building.
I'm waiting for tower
Obviously
push
sporting these very common caster headsets. We see these in regular sports too, trying to get the actual sporting world involved in this as well as we move on to the Oregon.
Twitch.
And we see Capital for the first time today. But
Yeah.
yeah, Twitch IQ also been picked for the first time.
We move on to Oregon. So Oregon historically have been a prime map of both Penta and ENCE, so this should technically be a real close matchup, as I actually know the results of this matchup, so I do know who wins this match.
It works very well with this kind of defense. Now, ENCE are going to be defending the
So yeah, so it's basement defense first. A lot of teams opting to go for the basement defense, as some believe it to be a little bit easier to defend, especially with these mirror windows that Wilkie's going to be placing here. Shate opting to reinforce the top of the staircase. So reinforcing the top of the staircase, it means that people aren't going to make kill holes between the right side of the flag room and the main staircase, making holding meeting room a little bit difficult, as you're not going to have that crossfire from the main stairs if people do decide to push from the garage, or they take control of meeting room and show their back to it. Shate actually just going to be mailing the barricades just a little bit out of a weird habit that doesn't actually change anything, only opting for one mirror window and another mirror window facing towards the corridor to the back stairs here. Counter reinforcing the door here, just in case there's a rush. Needs to be really careful of that, doing that 10 seconds into the round. He probably could have been picked off by a tunnel rush, doesn't matter. Looks like Penta opting to actually do a west to east clear, really common that we see pretty much every single game, every single scrim. Most teams these days are doing a west to east clear. They'll clear in top floor and downstairs at the same time. Claymore going to be placed down here, as it's becoming a lot more popular for teams to rotate across from the tower, across the barricades essentially. The balcony, beg pardon. Eunice actually playing quite aggressive on the front door. He's going to be the man that's going to be stopping these rotators. Wilkie and Panara are going to be chilling here, killing the drones and making sure that they have at least some sort of presence in the back stage. And 2 minutes left on the clock, and Penta have basically full map control apart from meeting room and tower. That's essentially what's a given for this kind of defense, as Fabian's also slowly making his way around the back, going towards the back tower door here, as the rest of the drone's going to be scouting out the meeting room. The next checklist option is, do we want meeting room, yes or no? Kanto has a bit of an odd rotate hole here, actually manages to get his way through it just handy-dandy. No rotate hole on the other side, actually, as it looks like Thatcher's going to be rotating up here as well. Needs to be careful that no one's going to wallbang him just now. Going to make a lot of noise when he also drops down there, Kanto onto that small ledge. Maybe going to give Kess a little bit of a tip-off as Shate making an aggressive push into the corner. Going to get mollied out. Actually, a poorly thrown molly. Doesn't matter. Fabian's going to pick him off well, and Kanto gets killed off by Eunice as well at the same time from the opposite angle, and they are taking Pengu. I mean, is going to pick up Boonsy as well. And Wilkie's making an aggressive push here towards the bomb. He's going to get picked up too. And now Panari suddenly in a 1 versus 4. How? What on earth just happened?
right after
Penta just decided, hey, let's kill everyone this round. Is Penari actually going to catch Fabian with his smoke grenades and his crossbow? It doesn't matter to be able to switch out in time. Doesn't actually full sprint his way through. Penari going to picked up by Fabian to end the round there. And Penta almost having a flawless round there. It seems like a bit of a crescendo of chaos essentially going on there as everyone on ENCE just seemed to die seemingly at the same time.
Of Panari coming back at the end with the mute from the tower stairs, and then they just get shot down by Fabian, the in-game leader.
And now we're moving on, and it looks like Penta opting to defend kids and dorms this time. Obviously, all teams have their own little flavors on how they want to do these things. Penta seeming to run Echo quite a lot as well. Smoke and Mira, both three operate, all three being operators that delay a lot of time. Bandit and Jaeger in the lineup as well means they're going to have 7 barbed wire, so they're going to have more than enough of the top floor. And the question is what do ENCE want to do? So basically, there's a bunch of methods for taking top floor right now. So there's the kids take, there's the A window take, and then there's the master bedroom take. Those are basically the 3 things that basically every team is good at doing one of them. So we'll have to have a look at what ENCE want to be doing here. We've seen a lot of drones from ENCE in the tower. We're looking to maybe do a kids take. Obviously, the first step of a kids take is taking the tower, getting attic control. Then that way no one can peek your players rappelling on the kids window from attic because it's open. You know, it's suicide. Penta opting to actually fully reinforce off Freezer from meeting room, opting to just go full turtle strat in this extended defense here, reinforcing the right side of flag here as well with Goga. Eunice going to be walking out the other side as well, and yeah. So it looks like it's going to be a real tight, compact defense here from Penta as they have a very clear idea of what they want to try and keep control of. Eunice looks like he's probably going to be playing the one-man army inside of the meeting room. Kanto going to be a quick drone for quickly droned by Wilkie. Kanto a little bit unsure pushing in, actually pushing quite quickly. Never mind, ignore me. And he's got Eunice on his right, and he's got Gogo on his left, and Chaos in the kitchen. So he's going to be facing essentially, potentially a 3-way crossfire, so it might be a little bit difficult for him. And it looks like Fabian's also inside of the dining room as well. So yeah, it looks like a pretty solid defense lineup that we've got here from Penta. They are a little bit individually alone, but they do have crossfires at a few steps notice. Obviously, Fabian very safe in this position, does have a mirror window facing him on the other side, so he'll have a lot of information in his position, and this is barbed wire to cover him from his side. And also, it looks like they've got a bit of a pseudo defense set up inside of the showers. Kanto going to go for the wallbang, going to pick off Eunice. And Eunice gets Wilkie, so that's 1 frag for Kanto. Kanto going to pre-fire the door as well. Going to get Goga. Chaos picks him as well. Kanto, what the fuck?
Headshot after headshot for that guy, and Bangu is kindly trying to bring Penta back in this
Pangu kills Boonzi, trade off at least, going to kill the Blackbeard and Jackal off the board. Now it's 2 versus 3 in the favor of NC Sports because Kanto decided that he just wants to win the round. And it looks like they're going to be doing some sort of master bedroom tank, as we said before. Going to clear out some of the roamers before. Like I said, every team has their own flavor of doing it. And with basically wherever Shate goes is essentially where the head of the push is going to go, because he's important for opening up these things. But it looks like Penta's aware of this, and they have a mirror window set up. Shate and Kanto going to make some aggressive pushes, remove the barbed wire on sleep. They're going to try and push their way essentially through here as Penari's going to be holding off, but Pangu's going to kill off Shate first. And Penari makes an aggressive push into the room. He's going to spot Pangu out against Pangu, and he's going to kill kill Fabian too as Kanto comes rushing around the corner. So yeah, basically Penari and Kanto just thought, fuck it, we want to win. There you go, we win. Easy. Kanto somehow managing to get himself a very fluid 3k. Shouldn't have necessarily happened, but did anyway. Technically, it's technically one of 3 1v1s.
We're gonna be back on the kids' dorms.
Yeah, and we see IQ once again being picked.
And ENCE looking to defend upstairs this time instead of basement, learning from the fact that, hey, if it didn't work last time, we'll just do something completely different. They're running a Rook, which is quite interesting, so they probably have a plan for these impact grenades. Penari placing his Rook armor in a safe position for anyone who's late to getting the armor. Very thoughtful of you there, Penari. But it doesn't matter, looks like most of the ENCE team's going to get their armor pretty quickly, as the rest of the team does a little bit of rotation elsewhere. Only 1 DLC operator on the ENCE side with Wilkie. Excuse me, Wilkie on the Valkyrie, beg pardon.
yeah,
rotate
we
hole
got to see
into the
some
bathroom cum kitchen, so it looks like we are going to
definitely
have a little bit of a
players and
downstairs defense here of the kitchen, but without a mirror this will be a little bit more difficult. Throwing a random camera by Wilkie, God knows where that landed, probably in the middle of nowhere. And it looks like he's going to be rotating up here, probably going to try and throw a camera out as Goga's drone's going to spot this immediately. Goga being IQ probably sees this camera pretty much immediately. Wilkie might actually be waiting for his teammate to get on the camera and go for a spawn kill. That's exactly what he's doing, as they are completely expecting it as he's being droned out from several times. Just going to deny him completely, as Eunice has already aggressively made his way over towards the garage. Doesn't matter, gets the call out that his teammate might be spawn killed by Wilkie, so he's actually going to rotate here and hold it just while his teammates push up and drone out the rest of this tower here. And it looks like PENTA probably looking to do a kid's take, just by the way that everything's set up here. It might be a little bit easy for them. There's no mirror windows. Penga going to repel on here. That repel there allows you to see over the mattress, so if a rotate holes on the left side, you can see the smoke in the between the windows. But reinforced from the Boonsy there, not going to be able to be seen and be relatively safe, as now they're actually going to rotate into the garage. Pengu are going to be doing this a little bit solo dolo, as the rest of the team actually is pushing the tower, apart from Fabian. So it looks like we've got two 1-1, like a 1-1-3 split. So we got Fabian alone in small tower. Pengu was slowly pushing garage. Looks like he's actually inside of armory, or at least repelling on it, as the rest of the team's going to be pushing from kids. Chaos setting up a climber outside of that door there. No runouts for him. He's going to pre-fire. Shatte's going to be shoulder peeking it, baiting shots. Not actually going to get shot himself. Ooh, almost gets wallbanged as he pushes his way into his kitchen through the rotate hole, and he's going to push his way back as well to try and peek this, as Kanto is coming here to back him up. And everything starts to slow down. Everyone realizes where everyone else's position is, as it all comes to a bit of a realization, but it doesn't matter. Pengu has killed Panari off in the distance. Panari probably playing towards the A-bomb side. Doesn't matter, Shatter's going to get him as a retrade. And there's the one solo player down. Fabian, the only solo player left, as the rest of the other team of Penta are chilling the way out the tower. Going to be opening up the attic, as Eunice going to pick off Kanto as well, as he tries to make an aggressive play on the generator window. Fabian going to throw a flashbang in as he sees Wilkie peek. Wilkie going to be completely blind. Actually, never mind, not going to be completely blind. Going to dip away as Wilkie's coming in for the flank. Fabian a little bit cautious here, needs to be really careful. Goga above him on the windows as well as Chaos, so we know where most of the team is for Penta lineup. Is actually going to repel it, jump inside. Wilkie's going to see that immediately, call it out. He's going to go for the nitro, he's going to get the pick as well. As Fabian's a little bit too slow on killing him from below. Eunice going to be repelling inside, and it's Wilkie alone in a 1 versus 2. He's going to get, ooh, he's going to trade just with Eunice. Eunice making an aggressive push in there. Fabian a little bit too slow on the downside below. Doesn't matter, Eunice actually going to make the aggressive play here, going to win his team the round here, getting 3 kills that round. And unfortunately, Wilkie gets the trade.
But that is now Goga, Pengu, and Eunice finally like securing a map with individual gameplay, individual strength, securing a map for Penta. They're really spreading work right now.
Oh, crikey.
Not everything relying on the shield.
Alright, so Penta opted to defend downstairs this time.
This is the thing in general with both teams here, is that they trust one another so much in game that they can delegate specific jobs basically to each one of them, and they know that they will play it out correctly.
ENCE running a same lineup. Oh, yep. ENCE running the same what we did before. I don't know why Milosh is getting excited. They did play Jackal in the previous rounds. He just did get picked off real quickly. The kill disparity is a little bit balanced, but low for ENCE, as it's a little bit more weighted on the Penta side with Eunice and getting a lot of the frags. And it looks like we're going to have a little bit of a pseudo meeting room defense here. Some reinforcements being placed here on the tower facing single wall to the tower door. Going to be some reinforcements on the flag. Foot high holes inside of electric. They seem to be expecting some kind of tower take. Excuse me. Fabian placing some barbed wire. Is that a pulse with barbed wire? Fabian, why do you have barbed wire as pulse?
Which they didn't do early on in the game. I mean, they're leading by 2-1.
Okay, so we have, even Eunice has 1 barbed wire spare, and I've only seen Fabian place 1 barbed wire. I am thoroughly triggered.
Then just counter it right after.
But it doesn't matter, ENCE's drone's going to be getting picked off left, right, and center as they're trying to gain a little bit more information, realizing that it's going to be a hold aggressively for the meeting room, realizing that there's not actually going to be anyone in the rest of the building, and it's not needing to drone out the rest of the building, so they can essentially cut 30 seconds of Roma clearing out of their schedule, and then try and make a move onto the meeting room, which is going to be the more important thing. And the question is, does ENCE want to take meeting? If ENCE doesn't want to take meeting, they can do a full stair push if they really want to. Boonsy, they're trying to look for some feet here as PENTA just dancing around the room, going to pick off Chaos's feet and Goga's feet in one or two bullets. Fabian looking just in case for a tower push. Wilkie also roaming around there too, rotating his way back through the dining room. Shate going to be chilling inside of the garage with Kanto, seeing what information they can try and gather. There is, of course, a mirror window there. Don't know why Wilkie's chilling out here. It's pretty obvious at this point where the PENTA lineup are going to be. The question is, what can he do from here? The answer is very little. Hatch is open, so this kind of does limit ENCE in the sense of playing around it. If one of the PENTA members does decide to get aggressive on this hatch, it's going to catch ENCE off really, really poorly. Very little barbed wire towards the default plant spot, and if they went for this right now, ENCE could get a really, really quick plant. As it seems like the four members of PENTA are essentially off-site with this extended defense. It's just Pengu inside of the small room. penaRI going to get the first kill on Eunice. Goga going to go down to penaRI as well with the kill steal. And now PENTA are essentially going to have to fall back here as Pengu's made an aggressive push up the stairs. Shotgun out, and the question is anyone going to peek into Pengu? Going to go prone here. He can still get pixel peek just by penaRI if penaRI is plays a little bit cool. But Pengu quite rightly goes prone here, can't get seen through his own foot-high holes, as the rest of ENCE need to decide what they want to do here. Do ENCE want to push down these stairs, or ENCE do... Oh, no, penaRI... Sorry, Boonsy going to push into Pengu's shotgun. Wilkie now made completely aware. He's going to be peeking down the hatch, making sure that he's not going to be pushed back. Pengu going to smoke this up and push back as well, as Wilkie's actually going to take his eyes off it. A bit of a weird C4 thrown out by Chaos. Doesn't actually blow up anything but in the boxes above him. And penaRI and the rest of ENCE, looks like they're going to be doing a B push. They've completely rotated around. penaRI going to push him first, going to get picked up first. And Chaos going to get smoked out by Pengu. Top 10 anime betrayals. Meanwhile, Wilkie going to pick off Chaos as well. That's going to be a bit of a kill steal from Pengu. And it's Fabian and Pengu left alone in a 2-on-2. Pengu going to peek into Wilkie, going to pick him off. And it's Kanto on a slither of HP versus 2. Going to get picked up by Fabian as well.
I think this came down basically at the end to Wilkie using his...
That was a pretty chaotic round there. ENCE obviously realizing that they didn't have the resources to push down the main stairs and go for a default plant site, rotated to B, but kind of pushed it a little bit wonkily. Obviously, penaRI going in alone first, getting traded off immediately, and then both Fabian and Pengu playing the left and right angles, both respectively picked off their 1 versus 1 counterpart just by a quick peek. And yeah, unfortunately, ENCE had the numbers, but threw it all away. Yeah, laser on smoke is good, especially on the SMG11. It's got a very, very tight hipfire box, and it gets even tighter with the whatchamacallit. And as well, with the shotgun, it makes making rotate holes harder, but killing people easier. Yeah, so we have ENCE running the exact same lineup they did before with the same setup as well. Wilkie opted to place this mirror window on the left side, not the right side, so it means that this is an information gaining mirror window. They're probably going to play it on the left side in the doorway to peek down the corridor. At a bit of a wider angle, that will be used against them though. If the hatch is open, you won't be able to peek it as well. Boonsy just finishing his rotate holes in the attic, and as PENTA does a little bit of a split spawn, 2 at street, 3 at junkyard. That means it's going to be a west to east clear. Pengu probably going to get his way into garage real quickly, and maybe potentially armory clear top floor. Just that little bit quicker might be worth it for the guys there. Oh, they're actually forgoing clearing downstairs entirely. Actually going to be pushing 3 people across the top floor. No, beg pardon, 2 people. Fabian actually going to be chilling here as Kanto. He's going to be sitting on the desk. Doesn't need no chairs. He's a strong, independent Jaeger main. And now the call's been given. Yeah, it's clear. Let's just jump inside. Goga looking for a potential pulse around. Gonna spot a couple of cameras, gadgets here, there, and everywhere. Kanto droned out, gonna make his way into the kitchen. It needs to be really careful here, Kanto, because he's gonna be facing down essentially a 3v1. He needs to find these fights in a 1v1 and take them off efficiently, as he's all alone here. He has no way of getting back to his team. I don't think there's a rotate hole inside of the freezer, so he is trapped in his kitchen as Kanto versus Fabian. And now it comes the Twitch drone being used as a bit of a delay strategy, but doesn't matter. The fucking roaming Wilkie on Mira somehow going to pick off the first frag. Penari going to get the second, and now it's all going poorly for the rest of Pentas. Doesn't matter. Fabian's going to get his first pick here. He's getting sandwiched between a roaming Mira and Jaeger. So he's going to spam these walls a little bit. Wilkie, oh, going to peek the corner with the pre-fire, injures Fabian now, and it's all going downhill for Penta Sports here as ENCE in a 4 versus 2. Pengu going to go for the hipfire, drop shot, pre-fire spray onto Kanto. Going to actually get in with it. Kanto getting a little bit antsy, a little bit aggressive, going to know where Wilkie is. And Wilkie, knowing Pengu very well, immediately aims for the floor. It doesn't matter, Chaos going to retake his position immediately on the floor. Penta, known as the floor crawling squad, do like to prefer to fight on their hands and knees. Just going to pick off Wilkie though as he goes for an aggressive peek, and now it's a 2 versus 1 with 1 minute on the clock, and Smoke is still alive.
Turning this into a very hard challenge for Thatcher and KS.
Yeah, Katsa. KS really low on HP here on.
And Shate needs to find out exactly where this is going to be coming from. Going to get himself into a nice little position. They're going to spot it out on the camera. All the hatches reinforced, so KS going to be forced into a real sticky situation here as he's going to be forced to push down these tower stairs. So long as Shate plays here behind the mirror window, or at least has some kind of pulse information, they should be fine. They saw exactly where KS is, so they should be at least doubling up on him as they're going to be smoking off into the A bomb site a little bit randomly as Shate going to go for the pre-fire through the mirror window. Sorry, but the window doesn't work like that. Actually going to get the kill anyway on KS. So it was a really strong round there from ENCE. They're going to get those really quick picks on the Penta lineup as they try and clear from the east to west. A little bit too solo dolo, if I do say myself, for Penta though. Going to get picked off one by one.
To get the shot down.
You open it at the end just to show, like, hey, I'm really good. No, because
And now it's 3-2. ENCE mounting a little bit of a comeback here. Penta looking to hold the top floor kids in Dorm's room, looking to have the exact same lineup as previous. 7 Bob, Wire, Echo, Smoke, Mira, Bandit, Jaeger. And we're seeing absolutely nothing new from the ENCE lineup 2. It's so tempting to call you guys Sisu, by the way. I'm still not used to calling you ENCE.
And it's very audible when the actual gas canister is shot out. So you can
Excuse me.
predict it. Yeah, it'll work if you're playing, casual, if you're just
Right, here we go. Yep, stats weighted in Pengu's favor. 8-3, playing Smoke and Twitch. Meanwhile, ENCE scoreboard a little bit more leveled out, getting frags all across the board.
A tiny footstep is more than enough for them to locate exactly where you are.
And yeah, they're running the exact same lineup as they did before.
Underway here. Penta Sports still leading in front of ENCE. They're now defending.
And now the real question is how do ENCE want to deal with this? Last time they had Kanto and Penari just getting the kills here, there, and everywhere all at once. Excuse me. But now ENCE probably not going to have such a fortunate round as they did previously, with Kanto walking in, getting a 3k, and Penari walking in and killing 2 people off the back of that. You have to excuse me, guys. I have indigestion.
They'll tell you playing Echo is very difficult.
But yeah, it's pretty much a essentially like a pentagram. Get it? Because they're Penta. It's a pentagram setup where they all have their own individual positions to play. They're not stocked up. They're not grouped up. It's just a 1 by 1 by 1 by 1 by 1. But they all have crossfires to each other, and that's the important point. That someone gets pushed, they can all help him. If Pengu gets pushed, there are people who can play in the corridor, on the doors, all around him, at any time. So they are very, very fluid in the way that this is set out. So they have the 4-man triangle, the square, beg pardon, I don't know shapes. And they also have 1 player above as well. In the attic, it appears like, and this is basically going to be the anti-meeting room player. He's going to jump down to where Kanto is just aiming just then. I think he's on cameras right now as they're going to open up into the kitchen, get this mirror window open ASAP. And they need to be careful here because Eunice is going to make a lot of noise when he drops here. You're going to peek and kill that drone. Penari's going to be like, what the fuck was that? As meanwhile, Shata is going to actually pick up Pengu through the kids' window. That's a really big pick because that's smoke off the board. And they could probably go for a really quick planting kids now if they'd realized that this was empty, but it doesn't look like they know that just yet, as they're a little bit confused as to where Eunice is. Actually, doesn't matter, he's going to get flashed out 3 times, but there's no one there to actually capitalize on this, as Kanto's actually made his way up the ladder. Eunice is actually going to get the kill on him. Kanto going down really quickly, but it doesn't matter because Penari's going to trade him back for a 1-for-1 trade. Tit for tat, but it goes out in ENCE's favor because they got the first kill. And now it's a 3 versus 4 with 1 minute left on the clock. Beg pardon, it's now a 2 versus 4 with 1 minute left on the clock. Boonzy going to pick off Goga And now it's all down to Chaos, who's the last man on the bomb site, as Fabian's still running around the main lobby, going to shoot towards Shate. Trade shouts back and forth, but doesn't matter. Fabian's really low and he's really slow, as Shate's actually going to be crushing him real aggressively. Going to get spotted out on the camera. Doesn't have time to kill the camera, as Fabian's ready with a shotgun. Gets the kill on him, and Chaos gets picked off area, and now it's a 3 versus 1. Dead. This Benari's going to pick him off as he pushes through the corridor.
There was previous skirmish between those two. He took a lot of damage.
ENCE mounting a comeback as they seem to have the PENTA number essentially in a 3-3 now.
This is why you want to get really close and force your opponents into a very tight corner, because then you can use your shotgun. It's a supernova. You know, it's still not your usual 870, but you don't need to squeeze any range off of it. You're super close to your opponent, and just one tap is more than enough.
Yeah, Kanto versus Eunice will happen a lot because they're both Roma hunters and roamers. So technically they should be clashing quite often.
Thatcher, I was not mistaken, on that screen. Yep, Twitch.
Yep, looks like ENCE running the exact same lineup as they've done previously, reinforcing the same stuff with the same operators. So the question is, will PENTA realize this and do exactly the same, or will they change it up a little bit to try and get some different results for the round?
Electrical equipment, if you will, hasn't really been played out too well. Now they're picking him because they know that you might have
no mirror for ENCE. That means it's going to be a little bit harder to hold the kitchen, as I said earlier, but we'll have to see exactly what they want to do with this setup. Rotate holes, same positions as before, these impact grenades being used towards the upstairs, making sure that they have apt rotational ability. As the rest of the PENTA just seem to be joining out the rest of the map as Eunice gets his drone to Master Bedroom. Hey, it's clearing Master Bedroom, boys, as 3 PENTA spawn towards the construction site, non-spawn junkyard and non-spawn street 2 spawn junkyard. So it looks like it might be a kid's take just by the orientation of where people spawn, but I said that last time and it wasn't. So we'll have to see where they go. Shete and the rest of the ENCE lineup poised and ready for some aggressive plays here. Doesn't actually spell anything as they decide against it, and now everything is just going to go down to the information gaining phase as everyone's going to be taking their time. Pengu going to open up this rest of the window, going to rappel up to the roof and get his reload going as Goga and Eunice, Chaos, all going to take control of the attic. Pengu really aggressively here onto this window. Most teams don't put a player on this window until very late into the round. Going to whiff his throw there. Good job, bud. Needs to throw it just a little bit of a tighter angle. Going to get in there. Meanwhile, Shate going to pick off Fabian. That's a big pick. That's grenades off the board, but it doesn't matter because Goga's got 2 grenades of himself. And here comes Pengu's drone. Doesn't see anything inside the meeting room. Going to open up this window here, and he needs to be really careful because Penari is ready to receive him there on the generator wall. Pengu going to peek into it. Ooh. Trade some shots back and forth. Penari coming off the worst of it, and Pengu knows that. So his drone is going to be hungry here. Drone's stuck. Oh, there we go. Going to zap him once. Doesn't quite get him the second time. He is 1 hit away from death here as Pengu just needs to basically hold a little bit of an angle, and Penari knows that he shouldn't be peeking because Shate's got his back with the cross in there. Eunice going to have a prone hold. Doesn't quite make the prone hold just high enough for him to crawl through, so he's actually going to be stuck there. And Wilkie's going to pick off Chaos on the other side of the map inside of the meeting room. Penari going to peek out against his better judgment, and Eunice is going to pick him off as well. Shate on the left side is going to get injured as well. Kanto going to pick off Pengu and Eunice, so it's a 2-for-1 trade here as Goga's left alive in a 1v4. Diffuser still outside towards the bus, and now it's a 1 minute on the clock. He's got to spend maybe 20 seconds getting to this diffuser, and it's going to be risky as Penari's at the top of the staircase that he's about to cross. He's going to make noise in doing this, and I wouldn't be surprised if ENCE, oh, never mind, he's not even going to go for that. He's going to push the barbed wire. Is Penari going to hear it? No. Penari doesn't hear it, but he spins around anyway, gets the kill. Okay, I want to see this replay. It's like AFK Penari, Spider Sense Penari, gets the kill.
Because he doesn't know where that IQ is going to be coming from at the end, but as soon as he heard him in the wire. Yeah, as soon as he heard the wire, he turned around, waiting for him to come up there, sprayed him out, took down Goga,
and now ENCE in the lead for the first time in this game, 4-3, coming back from a bit of a deficit early on, going head-to-head in these later rounds. And PENTA running the exact same lineup they ran before. But this time, we have something different from ENCE. We have Wilkie on glass.
Final first overtime on map 2. That's a great combination of words.
Excuse me.
Yes, that's why this is not my native.
Yeah, actually.
because I
So,
can create cool stuff like that.
yeah, for anybody.
Excuse me. Okay, so it looks like PENTA opting to do the exact same setup as they did previously. I really hope Fabian is not playing Pulse Barbed Wire, or else I'll have to send him a very angry Twitter message.
So this is why you have that wonderful
I'm
accent.
watching you,
Yeah, I'm very
Fabian.
sorry for that, guys.
There's no need to
But yeah, it looks like a
Yeah.
really strong
don't worry about it.
defense setup here going into the meeting room. Probably going to castle off that wall into the freezer as well, like they did previously.
On the glass? This is
Excuse me.
do they have I don't think they don't have anybody here to use for smokes
And yeah, so last round we saw that this happened. We had 4 players off-site, 1 player playing aggressively on the main stairs of the site. If ENCE catch wind of this, they can just do a really quick push to plant, and all they need to do is kill 1 player behind 1 mirror window, and they'll have the round in the bag. But it doesn't matter. ENCE actually going to go for a west to east clear, as they've done in the previous rounds. Penara going to be wallbanging the wall, see if you can get some of those cheeky free kills that Kanto gets all the time. But not going to find anything, as the rest of the map is actually clear, apart from the meeting room and tower. So, yep, it's the same bunker strat we saw before, extended defense into the meeting room. A little bit of a rotate hole here, there, everywhere, and yeah. Basically, ENCE knows exactly what's going on at this point. Wilkie's still trailing towards the back end, droning, but now ENCE needs to get a move on, as they should have all the information they need at this point. ENCE wasting a little bit of time. They do get the hatch open, but no one's watching the main stairs. Obviously, there's a mirror window to the right. I don't know why Penari's scared of this mirror window. The mirror window can do nothing but give information, but there's no one to actually receive the information, as both sides and the flag door is castled and reinforced. And the main stairs is clear, because we know that because Bones is looking down it. The worst that can happen is that Penari actually forces the window of Eunice to be opened. But that's not going to happen anyways. Fabian does have barbed wire, so I will be typing him up an angry message on Twitter later. And meanwhile, Eunice does have 1 spare barbed wire.
Yeah, there's Penry right in front of him.
So I'm thoroughly triggered.
push in and might just go and spray onto him.
Oh, shot from underneath the barricade. That's Wilkie here on this glass. Glass able to actually penetrate this cast barricade. Going to open it instead of wasting a grenades or an ash charge or a breach or something. Wilkie, known for his glass play, known for enjoying glass, going to smoke it up and make his aggressive push. They know someone's behind this mirror window. As Wilkie's going to be going in for the hunter seeker kill. Going to spot the leg, going to tap it away, and that's the first kill of the round going towards ENCE. Is he going to back away real aggressively, as the rest of the wall's going to be open up, and Goga left in a bit of a sticky situation, actually has his only option to drop, as Fabian's going to make his way aggressively into the attic. Penga going to pick up Shatter towards the main stairs here, and Fabian really looking to get a pick. Fabian needs to get a pick to try and make this go in his favor, or else this could go very poorly for the rest of the PENTA lineup, as right now it's favoring the attackers quite decently. If they've gotten a lot of map control at this point, they have the ability to open all of these hatches if they wanted to, and they can go anywhere at this point. The diffuser left down on the main stairs here, actually. And smoke's gone, and from both sides, as Kanto's going to drop and get a trade with Goga, and Bonesy's going to kill Pengu. Pengu actually going to type dot in the chat as Chaos picks off Kanto as well. And now it's a 3 versus 2. The diffuser being planted, 1 on the hatch, 1 on the stairs. It's going to be a nitro, but it's going to land on the shelving unit, not actually do any damage to anyone. He's going to push up aggressively, and he's going to get the first kill. This is a trade 1 for 1, as Boonsy's going to push back up the stairs. Going to get caught out as it's 1 versus 1 now. Wilkie versus Chaos. Who can clutch this? Wilkie's actually pushing in from the behind here, and I don't think Chaos know this. All Wilkie needs to do is just chill out and wait. There's nothing that Wilkie needs to do. There will be no cameras or any information for Chaos. And he's going to drop the hatch, and Wilkie's going to hear it. He's going to get onto the defuse. He has the time to wait. He has the time to do anything you want. You're going to see the diffuse going off. He's going to spam at the glass. Oh, and he just gets the kill there. Really close there. Chaos almost getting the kill there. Wilkie, a bit of a potato. But there we go. Good half. 1-1.
And you know what that means. Quick fire third map. Let's see how that one plays out.
And now we'll probably have to wait 5 minutes to do the coin toss.
What more could we ask for?
A third one.
That's it.
A third one that continues to really in the same quality. Panari and Kanto Rakete here, absolutely fantastic. 8-5 for Panari, 10-5 for Wilkie.
I didn't see the Fabian sled shotgun.
Goga still underperforming, which is a bit odd, to be honest.
After map 1, but it's the same on the other side. We saw Wilkie now getting into this, like finding his rhythm, making sure he gets the kills every single round.
Alright, okay. I'm aggro tweeting Fabian right now.
In total, then you were part of every round. You made sure that you're always there to get some kills in for your team. That was important, and that was what brought them the win on this one, because PENTA had the way stronger
at
even though I thought
Fabian
put too much
Pulse
on
with
having the
barbed
Q every single
wire.
time for Goga,
Meanwhile,
could have maybe tried to go for something else.
at Eunice.
But we got the
How the
highlights
fuck
ready.
is Eunice's
Well,
Twitch
map
name?
number 2 before
Um,
we head to map number 3, which will be Border. So we finally see that map again. That quick
Yeah,
preview.
this was a textbook push, basically.
left.
If you want to learn
Balls
how
with
to
barbed
push
wire.
the full
Meanwhile,
team,
Eunice has barbed wire
against
left
a
over.
very
Hashtag
defensive
triggered.
opponent that's always picking laundry slash basement, this is how you do it.
And add
Here,
GIF.
counter attack
Triggered.
plays in, gets Goga right
Where's
after,
the, there it
and
is.
then KS with a trade-off at the end. The one time we actually see somebody using that mirror wall, they get absolutely taken down by it. Here we go, the C4 from Wilkie on a Goga, and this very aggressive spot from Pengu before falling back.
That was the only
Tweet was
3
posted.
we saw in a row. There was nothing in between. Was Kento just getting kill after kill after kill after kill?
How long does it take for them to do this fucking coin flip?
This is the round
Historically, it takes forever.
they were trying to save, but it got really awkward at the end there. Here we go. Finally, a spray down from KS. And Shate there for the defense before tapping on that mirror wall. Jonas getting one, but then getting traded off very quickly from below, and Bunsi feeding off of the information from Panari, I believe, in that spot. KS was able to get the double kill, but unfortunately,
Here you go,
the
boys.
clean up against the glass just was not there. He had the time, could have probably went for a quick peek to the backside coming in from the tower stairs, but wasn't the case. Again, we always say this, like, hindsight is 2020. We're
Alright,
sitting here,
okay.
we're watching every single day.
Excuse
We
me.
have Marciu, the best
Thanks to
player
follows,
in the
guys, by the way.
so we can see everything that's happening.
I have it all turned off.
They can't. And, you know, we can't just tell, hey, do this, do that. They rely, as Shate was talking to us about...
Yeah, you just need to
on
download the
ENCE,
adblock extension. I don't really care if people use adblock. I don't even run ads. Twitch just runs them automatically.
Worked out very well for ENCE.
I'm not here sat here spamming ads.
Closer. That's smart. Just look at
Ah, okay,
the
so
lobby.
console.
Look at the lobby. It's Border easy. Starting the cast on it and then realizing they did everything in the lobby besides choosing the right map.
Yeah, they leave
Excuse
it
me.
easily to the end, so...
Happens, but still, we have map 3 underway, which is a good thing in this top-notch match.
You like the face cam? I like the face cam. Hold on.
Who will come out on top for the top seed before going to the Gamescom LAN final?
Right, okay, so we have ENCE here. They are defending downstairs with a pretty standard lineup. Typically, we're seeing a lot of mutes come on console at this time, but unfortunately, ENCE not running mute this time. PENTA running obviously a Havana and Thermite gives you a lot of variance in how you can go about attacking this. Kanto almost had a bit of a brush-in with death against, I think it was Eunice here. Eunice, obviously known for his very aggressive play. Chaos actually going to drone him out real quickly, as well as the second drone's going to see him go down. Eunice not quick enough to react. Kanto's going to escape down the stairs, and Fabian's just droning outside of the bench window. He's going to open up the hatches all around, and I assume that they're probably going to try and work their way, get control of... oh, I've just realized, okay, so PENTA really going to be stuck here as they need to get rid of Wilkie. Wilkie, known for doing these aggressive peeks and pushes like this, going to cook open the grenade. Oh, okay, never mind. Boonsy going to catch off Eunice as he rushes in as Wilkie gets his back covered by running away. Grenade wasted by KS, and Kanto's going to pick off Pengu up above as well. And Wilkie's going to pick off KS as well. Now it's a 5 versus 1. Can they perfect round this? And he's going to go through a lot of barbed wire. He's still got 2 thermite charges left, and he's got a lot of legwork to move. Doesn't matter. Panara going to pick him off as he pushes through the door. And there you go. That's a perfect round from ENCE. This angle here is OP. Like if you can't open up the garage, then that gives free reign for anyone to play that angle. That's so OP.
That was round 1. Everyone was more or less still checking what will happen. And then PENTA was only left with 1 guy.
They're like, oh, you all died.
Yeah. So
Okay.
guys, I started now to move. Where's everyone?
Did that duck move? No, it didn't. It's just your eyes.
I was AFK for a minute. I'm sorry.
And now PENTA opting to defend top floor first this time. They are changing it up at the last moment there. And it's going to be a little bit more interesting to see. Top floor attacks typically are a little bit two-dimensional, but it's getting a little bit more interesting in the later seasons as teams have really started to adapt into different strategies. And here we're seeing another typical one that we're seeing. It's becoming more meta, which is defending yellow stairs. The yellow stairs is going to allow you to see the crossfire into B and make it much harder to actually get inside. In previous seasons, you'd put a player inside of the B bomb site towards the cubby, towards the hatch, but everyone figured out, hey, we can just molly this guy out. Hey, we can just EMP it and throw a load of flashbangs and grenades in there. You can't do that anymore. You can't play in there anymore because of that, so you've got to rotate to the yellow stairs. Yellow stairs are a little bit more easier to defend. It's quite hard to grenade, easy to flash, but above other things. Looks like Penta opting to do a mirror window strat inside of the kitchen facing into the admin office. Pretty common, but it is easily countable. Just propel someone up onto the copy room window to the right. You can cook a grenade and bounce it off the wall and kill the player inside of that small room, or you can EMP next to it, and you can even just Habana the window from outside. You EMP and Habana the window in a 1-2 punch combo. Goga, obsessed with one-tapping windows, going to camp for his team now. Cameras above the soda machines and around the general bomb site area. Pretty standard stuff. Fabian here. I think Fabian's here for the main reason I just said. His arm's actually going to peek out to the right side, and Shate's not going to see it. Fabian, pretty high-risk position. If he does kill Shate, that was going to be a huge work. Shate is going to be dancing with death here as he's alone. Not necessarily going to be able to get these mirror windows open, but the rest of his team, I can't quite tell where the rest of his team is pushing from. Looks like, yeah, Shate is alone with Kanto actually underneath, going to be holding him off a little bit. Going to trade a little bit of damage with Eunice, trading an equal amount. Is there this is a potato battle? Yeah, it is a potato battle as Kanto's going to pick off Eunice. If they both have to go to their pistols, then something probably went wrong there. XD coming out from the Kanto. XD in the chat, boys, is the maximum BM from Kanto coming out of the potato battle going on there. Penalty points, PK, please.
From the main embassy side, you go up there with the Blackbeard because it allows you to just have a long line of.
And now Panari is going to sneak his way up the stairs, with the rest of the Penta lineup is. I don't think there's actually any roamers. Beg pardon, there is still a roamer. Fabian. So that Cancer going to run up, get rid of the barbed wire. Grenade going to go off as well. Spinari going to hurt himself a little bit with that. Bit of masochistic tendencies coming out as the diffuser's moving up with Shate. And looks like it's going to be a bit of an A execute going on here as Fabian's still lurking in the rest of the building. It's all going to come down to whether Fabian can make some moves and get some kills going on here. Wilkie holding out, making sure there's going to be no pulse below. But it doesn't matter because Penta's not running a nitro downstairs. As now Panari's going to be cooking a grenade, going to throw it into the room. It's good nade, but he's not going to tag Pengu very well. As Shate and Panari now need to make some moves. It's 50 seconds left on the clock, and Kanto's made his way up to the spiral staircase. Going to spam through the walls. Goga's going to make the first move and pick up Panari as well. And that's going to be a big one. First smoke grenade going out, and that's 20 seconds too early. But it's okay, because it's going to force Shate to move towards the other side. And remember, there's a drone, there's a camera watching him here as Panari. The last of the grenades gone down as Wilkie's going to get the pick onto Fabian as well. Pengu going to drop shot through the smoke, leaving Kanto. Never mind, Kanto's dead. Wilkie and Boonsy are the last two alive. Boonsy getting the first pick onto Chaos, going to get nitroed for his troubles, and now it's Wilkie going to pick off one, and now it's left in a 1 versus 1 situation with 22 seconds left on the clock. Going to be a bit of a potato fight through the wall, and Wilkie pulls out the pistol on camera. Going to go for the frag. It doesn't matter. Goga's going to get him as he crosses.
Finally back, and Mr. Biceps will get the headshot on Wilkie.
That was a not really welcoming C4 for him.
Yo, Livin, congrats, man.
No C4 is welcoming.
Yeah, normally I don't like my guests to come into the building through the windows, but still, they always...
So, 1-1 on the rounds. Free Elo has been banned by Battleline. RIP. ENCE looking to defend top floor as well this time. So let's see how they do this one. They did a very, very strong defensive downstairs, completely shutting out Penta last round in a 5-0 kills, deaths. Perfect round, so we'll see how this goes. Yo, Hubs, how's it going, mate?
He can be super, super strong. Blackbird, one of the strongest, or the strongest operator when it comes to 1v1.
Yeah,
and that on Pengu, that's a mass destruction weapon.
Alright, so let's see how ENCE defend top floor, see if we're going to see some similarities in here. Immediately we're seeing Boonsy walking into the kitchen, reinforcing walls in there, so we might have something similar here. There's, excuse me. Wilkie seems to be taking a little bit of a stroll. Dementia strikes as he doesn't quite realize or remember where he's supposed to be going. Actually realizes, oh yeah, I should be making this rotate hole here in the VA bomb site. Doesn't matter, just a kill hole. Never mind, reinforcements going in pretty much the stereotypical positions, and reinforcements inside of that small room there in the kitchen means that we probably will see a mirror window in there, as Wilkie's going to make his way downstairs as well. And yeah, it looks like exactly what we've seen previously. Wilkie's literally going to shove himself into that small room. Interesting camera from Chate. Not many teams would actually think to look here. It's going to see the side window as well. I might steal this camera for our consulate defense. Thanks, Hans. And yeah, Wilkie actually just goofing around. Oh, it's going to spot it out immediately by KS's Boonsy. Going to get picked up first by Pengu. That's a quick peek on the B window. Going to catch him out busy making rotate holes or something. No idea what he was doing there. Penta up with the first hand here. Going to spot out cameras and get a free pick. Another camera spotted out as well. Immediately above the windows as KS is going to point it out. I don't think Pengu can quite get an angle on it just here, but they'll know that it's there for the later in the round. KS going to pick off the other camera. There you go. And now everything comes down to a little bit of a slow standstill as people get information. But don't mind, Pengu's shield really heavily damaged. There is a bit of a spray coming from Panari on the elsewhere. Mirror window inside of the connector. A little bit of a detriment for some teams is if you can repel in that sofa window and get it open, it can cost you the round. So you have to really defend it with your life, beg pardon. Kanto going to go for an aggressive peek. Kanto looking off into the middle of Africa, not going to see Fabian repelling right above him. And that's the second big pick for Penta right there. 5-3. Never mind, 5-2 as Panari's going to peek out and get killed by Pengu as well. But there's the Nitro from below. Shate going to save the round a little bit there. Delay a little bit of time, but there's still 1 minute, 30 seconds left on the clock and 1 Nitro left. But it doesn't matter because that 1 Nitro has rotated up. He's going to see Pengu to the wall, spam it a little bit. Doesn't manage to actually land any bullets, but it doesn't matter. Fabian's going to kill them through their own rotate holes. And Goga's going to be getting the kill on Shate there, even though Shate had the first bullets fired. And that's a really bad round there for ENCE. I think they got 5-1. Yeah, they only killed 1 player. They only killed the diffuser planter, but it doesn't matter. It's not going to be enough to delay enough time, as the entire strategy kind of fell very quickly with Boonsy getting quick to real quick in that round. No smokes to deny quick plants, so unfortunate for ENCE. Penta really capitalizing on that.
And well, that means you get instantly tapped basically by Penta and taken out of play. That one side reinforced wall is your disadvantage, and those murder holes that you opened up, as we were saying.
Yeah, the vault animation's bloody weird.
Perfectly for the Capitao, was able to gain information off of that.
He's such a strong force with the crossbow. When you open
and now here we go, 2-1 on the scoreboard, Penta's favor. And here we go. Here's what I was saying before with these mute jammers. Fabian going to be playing the mute, placing a jammer on the workshop. He's going to place a second jammer on that box. He's going to run into A and place 2 more jammers in A, or 1 jammer in A and 1 jammer in the security room. It depends on how he wants to do this. Those are typically the ones you see. That's going to fully jam off the hatch. It's also going to jam off a lot of the drone rotations through the main lobby, and it's going to make it really difficult to try and get early information on these bomb sites and get these hatches open, especially if you defend the upstairs bathroom, the midsection bathroom and the piano room. Weird Valkyrie camera going to be thrown out by Goga here. You're going to see how he tries to make use of this camera. You're going to actually have to play up there if you want to make use of that camera, so it's not going to be immediately useful if they don't push it. A second camera, a little bit odd there. It's not going to see too much. Maybe see a little bit of the circle desk here. He sees immediately that someone has spawned towards the east side of the map as shots come flying through the Visa window, a door, big pardon. ENCE casting a little bit of a wide net, but unfortunately with this wide net it's going to be quite thin as well. Everyone's spread out, so these roamers still going to have the freedom to roam around. The question is, where are they going to put Boonsy? Boonsy's going to be really important when it comes to delaying or at least holding roamers or catching them in during rotates. So can we get this fucking off the screen? Thank you. So it looks like Boonsy's going to be repelling up to the piano windows. It looks like they want piano control instead of top floor control. That's going to be quite important when it comes to taking the bomb site. They need those hatches open if they want to have a bit more of a cleaner take on the bomb site, as it looks like Eunice has snuck his way into circle desk. He's going to peek outside, and if he does, he's going to get 2 kills. But the question is, how aggressive is Eunice feeling? He can go right now and get 2 free kills, but instead he's going to bide his time and wait, and this is going to prove detrimental, because if he peeks out, he'd get Thermite and Blackbeard, and it'd be huge picks, and this is all on how aggressive Eunice is feeling. He's getting pushed from behind. He has to make a move now or never, or else he's going to get shot in the back of the head. He's going to spot Kanto, and no, it's going to distract him. He's going to call out. Kanto has potentially moved his way down the back stairs, but it doesn't matter. Pengu going to go down that smoke off the clock. And Eunice, oh, it could have been so good if he was in the right position at the right time, but instead he's going to pop up. He's going to kill 1. He's going to have to fight for shots, and 1 versus 1. He's going to kill the 2. And meanwhile, Fabian's going to pick up Panari on the other side of the map as well. And now it's Boonsy and Wilkie, the 2 players repelling on these windows, left alive.
importantly, I was pretty sure he missed.
And now it's getting tricky for ENCE here. It's going to be 3-1 unless Wilkie and Boonsy can pull off some kind of miracle here. Fabian's made his way inside of the Archives office. Not Archives, beg pardon, the Open office. And Goga's going to be playing below. There is a camera there. It's going to spot him out. Going to kill the camera. And that's going to be a little bit of information down as Wilkie sprays the wall. Fabian just tucked inside. Not going to take too many bullets as Boonsy's going to make his way into the CO office. And now Eunice also in a really strong position. Not going to be spotted out here. Perfect positioning from Eunice. Wilkie can't see him at all. And it's going to get real tricky here very soon. If they drop this hatch, Eunice will see him. And if Eunice doesn't potato, he's going to have this in a 1 versus 3 situation, assuming he's going to get traded. Flashbang's going to go down. There we go. Doesn't get one. He gets Bouncy. That's technically the best one you could get in that situation. As even though Wilkie has the opportunity to open things, he doesn't have the time. He has to make a move downstairs. He's on 1 HP, and Goga is ready for him. Technically, nope, never mind. He's going to get shot in the back of the head. If Goga doesn't turn around in time, Goga turns around in time. There it is. Doesn't matter. Gets the headshot. And there you go. Penta getting up on this round 3-1. As things start to take off. This is getting a little bit tricky for ENCE now. They need to make some kind of comeback, and they need to make it soon. Because when it gets to 4-1, that's when it's going to get real tricky. And it looks like Echo being picked out here for the Garage Cafeteria hold for ENCE. That's quite important. That's going to help denying these plants if Penta decide to do a head-on plant from the Garage reinforced walls. But it didn't do it last time, so the question is, how useful will this Echo drone will it be? Are they going to use it upstairs? Are they going to use it for a roaming? We'll have to see how he decides to use it. That's going to be important, though. No mute for ENCE, so not going to have those silly mute jammers that we were talking about earlier. And a very stereotypical lineup when it comes to defending this bomb site, except for maybe a roaming pulse would be quite helpful here. No Valkyrie, so ENCE going to be a little bit shy on information here, relying on that drone more than anything. Actually going to tuck the drone underneath the pipes. No twitch on Penta, so it will be safe there for the meantime. And yeah, we'll have to see how this round goes, because this is going to be an important round. This is going to be one of those make or break rounds, because if it goes to 4-1, ENCE probably going to be lost in morale. Kanto, roaming, and Wilkie going to be playing solo here as well, like he did last time. And obviously the key point in taking piano for Penta is how well can we deal with Wilkie. Wilkie obviously being a pain in the ass there when he's not positioning. You have to use so many reinforcements or resources, beg pardon, to snuff him out, because if you just let him sit there, I mean, he's Wilkie. He's got a good gun. He's got a nitro. It can go real poorly if you let him live there.
And after that, you'll just have a very standard Blackbeard that's going to hang around the western wall, or basically by that side of the wall, and maybe try to find an open.
And there you go. Wilkie droned out immediately. He's not going to be inside of the small room. In fact, he's been caught out of it. Unfortunately, he made an aggressive play to push out of it. So now he's not actually going to be able to get back into his little room. Instead, he's going to try and roam a little bit more freely, kind of something what Kanto does. Or is he actually going to decide to go down the stairs? Oh, that's really unfortunate for Wilkie. Goga ready for it, but Kanto ready for Eunice as well on the other side. Get the scoreboard going, boys. It's 5-2 in favor of Eunice. Kanto making it from 5-1 to 5-2. Good job, Kanto. I know you're in chat. Can we get some clappers in the chat for Kanto? And now KS also aware of roughly what Kanto is, and Fabian is roughly on the center as well. Diffuser going to be dropped in the main lobby and the circle desk. As things sort of slow down a little bit, they realize that no one's inside of the bathroom, so they can play freely around that mirror window. Fabian actually going to open it up anyway. And Pengu's going to be doing a bit of a solo roamer hunt up here as well. He needs to find Kanto soon, or else Kanto's going to be becoming a little bit of a pain in the later round, because he's going to have all these hatches open as KS now going to actually throw a grenade at the floor to try and open it up, I think. Yeah. Even though Fabian is stood right next to him with the book, he's actually going to nade the floor and get nitro for his troubles. As Penari, I am thoroughly triggered, running a nitro instead of a bandit. Thermite going to open up the wall beside him. Penari not actually opting to go aggressive, and Boonsy's going to be above exactly where Fabian's opening up the floor here. And Pengu's still on the roamer hunt right now. Currently fruitless, as they actually are making their ways towards each other. Pengu and Kanto can be close in trying to fight each other soon. Doesn't really need to happen, but Fabian looking for Panari, gonna take him down, and that's a big pick. That's some man off the bomb site, and that's only 2 on the site, 1 on the site, beg pardon, as Pengu somehow finds Boonsy, and now it's left to Kanto and Chate. This is where the Twitch drone is going to get really important. Kanto droned out now as well. Leonardo Polo 1 has been banned by backline, get wrecked, Scrubberoo, and now it's down to Kanto to make some big moves. He's really desperate here. He needs to make a big action soon, or else it's going to be lights out. As Shate is left on his drone here, and Pengu's made his way into the bomb site as well, as Fabian's going to rotate down with the diffuser as well. And Shate, realizing that he needs to get off his drone, going to peek into Pengu, going to take down the shield, and he's leaving one health. Okay, Kanto going to get taken down by... Kanto takes down Goga, Pengu takes down Shate, and now it's Kanto, no, 1 versus 2. Needs to make a big play to make this round work. Kanto maybe going to try and use these holes against them. Going to spot 1 on Fabian. He's going to take him down. Oh, there's no time for Pengu to plant. And there you go. He's going to catch him, and there you go. Kanto really well played there. Exactly what I said. If Kanto was not found, he'd be a really big deficit on that round. He's going to catch the diffuser being planted late round, last second, and he's going to pick Pengu off as well with no time remaining. Really well played there from Kanto. Bided his time really well. Going to get himself a 3k that round, I believe, and that was really well played.
I didn't want to say that. I thought that's insulting. So.
No,
well, thanks for you saying it.
It's a classic line. So it's okay.
Have to excuse me, guys. My throat gets really dry when I keep talking.
On this broadcast, but instead we got 3-2-2. Round 6 starting. Still, there's a chance for.
How does one that roam that well? Well, Kanto doesn't do anything. To give a brief analysis on Kanto's roaming style, Kanto doesn't do anything over the top. He doesn't do anything unnecessarily. He will always make he will make a move for a kill when he feels it's the right time, which is why you see Kanto a lot of the time just sitting in a room looking at the door. He'll get a piece of information and he'll act on it. Excuse me. He's a very patient roamer.
From the top side, and then goes down, drops down into piano, uses the floor holes that were opened up by the buck by Fabian to his advantage. And this is
okay, so now we have Penta defending upstairs, 3-2 right now on the scoreboard. Running the exact same strategy that they ran previously. I can't recall who won this previous round. Apologies, guys. But yep, once again, ENCE casting a pretty wide net on their spawns. 2 people spawning out front, 3 people spawning towards the back. And I think the cameras have gotten the information on this real quickly as we see reinforcements and doors being barricaded at the as an action for this information. Wilkie actually playing Twitch this round because he knows that there's going to be this mirror window inside of the office, doing a bit of an adaptation. It's something we rarely see from ENCE these days, an adaptation, but now they're actually making a very strong adaptation, which is going to be quite detrimental to how this round will go out. He needs to get that window open so it forces KS away from the window, or maybe even gives Kanto a kill if he decided to stick around. The Shati actually going to be covering his back. Kanto also running Let's cover his back, and Panari as well. Wilkie obviously loved by the rest of his team. And there goes the Twitch drone, Ripperoo. But it looks like that mirror window is open, so they will have access to the administration office if they do want to push it. And it looks like they probably will, based around the way this is going. Kanto needs the drone for Eunice. He needs to find Eunice. Eunice obviously playing a little bit of a 007 role here. Eunice actually going to be running away into the corner. Flashbangs going out from Kanto. It doesn't matter. Panari is also going to be inside and going to kill him. He's going to trade himself 1-for-1 as Chaos is going to struggle to get this kill. It doesn't matter. Gets it anyway. It's a 1-for-1 trade. It's grenades off the board for a fragger off the board. And that's an interesting trade. Sorry, I just hit my microphone.
After moving in, drone information was distributed, but it wasn't enough.
And now everything slows down to a halt as drones need to be rethrown, things need to be redroned, positions have been changed from Penta. Oh, there goes this Pixel Peak. Kanto a little bit impatient, not lining up the shot properly, actually going to be spamming the wall just a little bit. Almost got Pengu, as Pengu actually retakes the position immediately, going to spot Arceus here. Nitro's going to go out, and there he goes. Boom goes the dynamite, and so does Kanto off the scoreboard as Chaos is going to pick him off with a really well-placed Nitro, and now it's a 4 versus 3 in favor of Penta Sports here. They are leading 3-2, so they are in favor to win this map technically, as they were previous seasons world champions. Boonsy going to pick off Chaos on the other side of the map. Tip for Kanto for Chaos. But it didn't matter because Chaos has already thrown his Nitro for the kill, and Shate going to be playing Ring Around the Roses in the administration office as he chooses what side he wants to push from, and Wilkie needs to relocate as well. Fabian playing on spirals, Goga playing outside of the bathroom door, and Penguin A. Bit of a trifecta crossfire going on here. Boonsy repelling on those windows. Fabian just double checking, making sure that no one's peeking aggressively as Wilkie's going to make his way inside at the same time. Oh, doesn't matter. Boonsy going to pick him off as he peeks into his line of sight, and Fabian going down. Pengu actually peeking into him again, and now it's going to be Goga in a 1v2 with 20 seconds left. Shate has the diffuser, and he's going to get the kill.
Goga gets taken out, and this is ENCE now powering back into the game.
History repeating.
And here we go, ENCE mounting a comeback. As the casters are saying, I do completely agree that ENCE are mounting a bit of a comeback.
Really able to overcome that. I mean, it happened to them on map 2. Now it's starting on map 3. I'm pretty sure they also...
And now we're at 3-3, and it's consular office, meeting room, so that's CEO office and meeting room, top floor bomb sites.
Hanging their hats off.
And then turned around to 5-3.
Yep.
Don't want to see this happen.
Let's have a look what you guys chatting about in chat.
What are they going to go for? Okay, a buck yet again for Fabian. Now this is a console/meeting room defense, so they don't have to worry about the
Right, anyway, so
holes being really annoying for them. But it's very possible that we see Fabian with the buck.
So, top floor defense, let's see what ENCE want to do this round, see if they do things similarly to last time, placing a mirror window in the connector facing into B. Pretty stereotypical, we see this a lot from a lot of teams. Excuse me. We'll keep just tearing down some windows because he doesn't like them very much. He's probably going to turn it down so Shate can just throw out a camera later on in the round. And reinforcements being placed left, right, and center in the usual places, but this time it looks like PENTA, beg pardon. It looks like ENCE aren't really going to be opting for that mirror window inside of the kitchen that faces into the admin office. Shate looking to throw the exact same camera that killed last round. A little bit of misinformation from his team, not realizing that camera had been killed early in the previous top floor defense round, and PENTA spawning. Ooh, Fabian going to get taken really low by Wilkie spamming through the truck gap on the right side in an attempt to spawn kill. ENCE really close there on picking off Fabian. That would have been a really big pick. 2 of the 4 grenades gone off the clock if he does manage to get that. Same camera killed almost immediately again by Chaos. Bit of a misplay there from the ENCE side on communication, but doesn't really matter all too much. And it looks like they're doing a pretty heavy B attack this time. Changing it up a little bit, not going to be much pressure towards admin. Barbed wire placed for Yellow Stairs defense, as we discussed previously. Pengu upside down on the window. He's going to correct himself here, that's fine. This mirror window will be a bit of a pain in the ass if they can't get it open. PENTA not running a Twitch. A lot of drones going on, and they already have Yellow Stairs control. With Yellow Stairs control, they can actually just vault in and plant. And with Yellow Stairs control, they can just get in and plant. So long as there is no one inside of B, and that there's no one can be able to play on that mirror window, then you can plant. Oh, jump out from Chate. That's going to be a quick pick on Chaos. It kicks him off on the sofa window as Fabian's going for the long flank here. Boonsy inside of the connector, that's where Smoke typically is going to play her inside of the A-bomb site, and he's going to pick off from Eunice. Where was Eunice? Oh, Eunice is inside Yellow Stairs. He's pushed aggressively, and that's a big pick. That means you definitely can get in there and plant if you really wanted to, if you're PENTA Sports. And it looks like they are actually inside. Pengu going to be jumping inside as Blackbeard, not necessarily the best choice. Gogan in a... Where is Pengu in regards to... Oh, Kanto doesn't see Pengu planting right next to him. Really unfortunate timing here as the reinforcement's going to work against him here as Kanto's going to peek outside, get Fabian, and Panari's going to get Eunice as well at the same time. Wilkie's going to spam the wall and down Pengu, and it's left on Goga. All of a sudden, it's back to Goga. Goga's going to pick up Shate as he picks off outside, and he needs to make some big plays here. No rotate holes from any of the bomb sites, so Wilkie's going to have to peek outside at the same time. Someone runs inside. Wilkie's going to peek outside, get injured as well at the same time. And Goga's going to peek all the way down to the bottom now, and it's 2v1. Goga going to have to make a big play. Gets one! And Kanto's going to pick him off. It was not meant to be. Goga almost pulling off that insane clutch, but Kanto's going to get the defuse, and we're going to 4-3. Match point. Match point in the hands of ENCE. All they need to do is reach out and grab it, and we could be looking at potentially the final round. Cheating a little bit, I can probably guess it's going to be the final round. Spoiler alert, boys. They should really make these VODs like full-time periods. Add a little bit of dead air at the end so we can't quite tell who's going to win when there's 5 minutes on the clock. But anyway.
Turns around, gets the kill after taking down the Mira, turns around, gets the kill on the bandit who was trying to defuse, but then He's solo and
Anyway, so,
free,
yep,
that
Goga,
Knockout
11,
didn't
basically
have to
11-1
push that
forward,
forward,
trying
so it's like,
desperately to
oh, you have to
carry
keep
his
spraying,
team here, is that
before he goes
the rest of the team are
over
lacking in the kill
and on
department.
top.
Kills are a little bit more spread out on the ENCE lineup, as
So
they typically have been
1-1 on
across this best of 3.
this 2-1. What a fantastic game we've been through so far. And I can't wait to see what our second one
Hatch is
is.
being opened, Goga throwing the same cams he threw previously. A little bit odd, that camera there. It's not going to see a whole lot, but it's going to give him spiral. It's going to give him spiral and maybe a little bit of circle death. Not going to be able to see the whole thing as the grass might be in the way. I don't know. I've never actually seen that camera thrown before, so I'll have to double check that in my own time here as we see Chaos setting up a little bit of a bunker room here inside of the security room. It's going to give him a nice little bit of a turret position. Going to see the people jumping inside if they want to try and plant the diffuser through the thermited rotation holes, but it doesn't matter. Once again, ENCE casting a wide net in the way that they spawn, spawning in different positions all across the way, as ENCE doing a bit of a commando prone crawl all the way through his piano, and the rest of ENCE look like they want to try and take top floor from admin and push away the cross. So essentially what you can do is you can do a zigzag clear and just leave a man at every single leave a man on the flank at every point and turn. So you clear out from the top, east to west, then you clear out piano to Visa, or you clear out both at the same time. Panari really quickly, aggressively. Oh, never mind, beg pardon. He's outside. I can't quite tell with the silhouette. That's my own fault there. moonzy playing on the piano windows here. ENCE just off to his right, so a little bit close. Here, too close to comfort, you could say, as ENCE slowly clearing out the top floor, clearing out east to west, like I said before. ENCE fortunately not going to fall into the trap that I see that ENCE have here. So we have moonzy ready for people to drop this hatch when they clear out the top. They're going to squeeze players into CEO office, then down this hatch where moonzy is waiting for them. This is why he's looking here. And Wilkie looks like he's going to be rotating to give him a little bit of coverage, or at least maybe open up the main door, as they suspect there could be a sneaky bandit in their midst. As they're going to drone him out. There you go, ENCE droned out immediately. Going to have to rotate. Doesn't matter, going to get picked up from the hatch. Shatter, quick peek onto ENCE down the hatch. Going to get him picked off from the hatch. He's going to get opened up as well, as Goga's going to be chilling out in the back calls of the locker rooms downstairs, as he might need to make an aggressive play up the stairs if he wants to keep this Roma presence, as the map control is slowly shifting into ENCE's favor, dealt fully into ENCE's favor, as Fabian's actually retreated down the yellow stairs, not playing it as aggressively. Going to go for that flashbang. Almost goes for the team kill there. Cancel, bit trigger itchy, going to aim straight at Panari's face as his life flashes before his eyes. Floor going to get opened, and here go the bandit charges, and this is going to allow the thermite to get the wall open, and map control fully forfeited to ENCE as Fabian is pulled all the way down the stairs. Nade's going to get rid of the barbed wire, pretty stereotypical, standard stuff, checkbox list going down the list. Oh, Fabian, just at the last second, adjusts his aim just above Panari's HP. Panari's head, beg pardon. Panari going to pick off his head, though, as Kanto is going to get refragged by Pengu. The roaming smoke somehow made his way into the bathroom. How the fuck did he get there, Pengu? Oh, Panari, if he had kept that spray, may have potentially headshotted Chaos from behind. Doesn't matter, going to go for aggressive push and peek. Going to do some pre-firing as well at the same time, and they need to keep control of the top floor. But doesn't matter, ENCE realize that they need to. Nitro's going to go out, not going to do too much. He's going to go prone, he's going to get traded back. Never mind, Panari's going to get the quick frag onto him, and Shatte's going for the slow lurk as now the Nitro goes off and picks off Wilkie, and it's Shatte down on the bomb site, going to pick off Chaos here, and the last player alive is Pengu, and a 1 versus 3 doesn't matter. Panari's going to pick him off, and there's the comeback from ENCE. ENCE leaps first. And ENCE will be your seed number 1 for Europe this season. Just please don't get knocked out in the first round again. You are first seed. Riggedy wreck your opponents, please.
I don't want to say I'm skeptical, but I'm kind of skeptical of what ENCE can bring to land, because they always seem a bit shaky.
Well, there you go, guys. I'm not watching this. It's too late. Don't jinx it. There you go, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Obviously, don't take offense to anything I've said, guys. It's just a little joke, guys. Yeah, I do say some goofy things here and there, but either way, thanks for watching, guys. I'm going to drop you guys onto another player who's streaming right now. So let's have a look at who's streaming, and we'll just dump you on those guys with a lovely meepeY style host. Who's streaming right now? Yo, thanks, Benari. GG, man. Alright, who's streaming, boys? I think we're gonna drop you on exec again. This is like the only person I know who's streaming. No, I'm not doing the other game, guys. Alright, guys. I'm going to be peacing out. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Give exec all my love. Thank you very much. Oh, is Lackey streaming? Is Lackey... Oh, Lackey is streaming. Okay. I didn't see that. Okay, we're dropping you on Lackey. Hi, boys. We're going to Lackey. Have a good one, guys.
Yo, that's good, Kim.